Hi everybody, it's Elliot here, and today I have a really exciting tutorial for you because I will be showing you completely step by step how to set up a one product dropshipping store using Shopify. Now let me showcase the website I will be showing you how to create today. I will be showing you how to create a beautiful logo for your one product dropshipping store, which is going to be absolutely free, and I will be showing you how to create the perfect landing page to capture your customers' attention as soon as they are directed to your one product dropshipping store. I'll also be showing you how to create the perfect funnel for your one product dropshipping store to showcase the features and benefits of your product, which is going to increase the likelihood of making sales from your customers. I'll also be showing you how to embed a video into your website to showcase your product in the best possible manner, and the video will be completely branded and optimized for your store. And I'll be showing you how to add anchor links to your homepage so that somebody can click on it and it will bring them to another part of your site that will showcase the product in the perfect way, just like we have here with this product video. And then I will also be showing you how we can fully optimize the funnel to increase a customer's likelihood of going through to the product page and making a purchase. I'll also be showing you how we can add some amazing apps to our store to increase the likelihood of making a sale, such as this great app here that changes the currency of the product so that the customer can actually see the amount that they're going to pay no matter what country they're from. And I'll also be showing you how to add countdown timers to your store to increase the likelihood of a customer making a purchase. And then I'm going to show you how to write the perfect product description so that your customers know all of the information, and this is really going to help increase sales, and hopefully you will turn a profit with your store. And finally, I will be showing you how to set up some other things such as a shipping and delivery page and a contact us page with a fully embedded contact form, and all of the essential pages for your store such as the privacy policy and terms of service. So if you have been racking your brains about how to create a one product dropshipping store with Shopify that is fully optimized so that your customers will make sales and you will drive great traffic, then you've come to the right tutorial, because I will be showing you everything step by step. You can look over my shoulder and learn exactly what you need to do. So without keeping you waiting any longer, let's just jump straight into the tutorial. So before we start building our one product dropshipping store, I want to just talk a little bit about the benefits of one product dropshipping and why it could be more beneficial than starting a brand for your dropshipping store. So first of all, there's a quick store turnaround, which means that you can build a one product dropshipping store pretty easily. You don't have to spend weeks and weeks importing loads of products and perfecting the product descriptions for all of those products and building a branded store around all of those products. So quick store turnaround means basically that you can build the store probably in about a week and you're ready to go. Next thing we have is customer focused targeting. So when you build a branded dropshipping store, for example, a store about the dog niche, you have loads of different products that you're going to target to people that like dogs, but they might not necessarily need any of those certain products. When you only have one product, you know exactly the type of person you're going to market the product to, and you can really hone in on them and focus on that one customer that wants that one product. Next up, it's easy to manage. So as I was mentioning earlier, it's really easy to set up, and it's also easy to manage in terms of talking with the supplier. If things go wrong, like refunds, you only have one supplier to deal with. If the product is broken, then you can just contact that supplier and make sure that a replacement is sent out and things like that. And finally, it's really streamlined. So when people are ordering from your store, they know that they've ordered that product and it's going to come. Whereas with other dropshipping methods where you might use two different suppliers, they might order two products and they arrive separately, which can cause some confusion with customers. So in terms of it being streamlined, it's really easy on the customer service side because you're only using one supplier and one product, which means if anything is wrong with that product, it's easily replaceable. And also when you're fulfilling the orders, you know exactly where you're fulfilling them from every single time. You don't have to keep fulfilling them from different pages on AliExpress. So now I've covered the benefits of one product dropshipping, I just want to talk about the type of products that you can use for one product dropshipping and which ones work really well. And generally, the type of products that work really well are feature and benefit intensive products. So let me explain a little bit more about what I mean by this. So here is the perfect example of a feature and benefit intensive product. It's called the Casper mattress. So this is a one product online store. It's not a dropshipping store, but this is the type of example to show you that you can create your store similar to. So if we have a look, we can have a look here. It has loads of features and loads of benefits, and that is what's making up the bulk of this website. Even though they're only selling one product, they are showing all of the different benefits that a customer can get from that one product. So we have zone support, which will improve shoulders and hips for deeper comfort, 4 layers of foam, perfect balance of support, breathability, comfort and alignment. So they're kind of showing you this is the feature, zone support, and here is the benefit you're going to get from it. And then as you scroll down on this page, you'll see loads of other different features and benefits. Durability, zip off knit cover is easy to clean. That's the benefit you get from durability. Breathability, open sole top layer sleeps cool and provides bounce. So that's more of a feature. Pressure relief, high density memory foam supports pressure points. So that's the benefit you're going to get from it. The pressure points on your body are going to be supported. And then they're giving you some more benefits. Supremely comfortable, tired of overheating, don't sweat it. So they use open cell foams to keep you cool whilst you're sleeping. So this is the perfect type of product that is feature and benefit intensive, and these are the type of products that you're going to want to look for when you are creating a one product dropshipping store. So very quickly I will explain to you the difference between a feature and a benefit, and then we'll move on to actually looking at some products and creating the store. So a feature is a quality that the product possesses. So for example, a phone case could be waterproof. So it's a waterproof phone case. That's the feature. The benefit is what the customer is going to get out of that feature. So your phone will never suffer from water damage again. So the feature is it's waterproof, and the benefit is that their phone isn't going to be water damaged. So that's a very easy way to distinguish between a feature and a benefit. So you always want to look for products that have lots of features, and then you want to try and list the benefits that customers will receive from those features. So let's have a look at some products on AliExpress that are feature and benefit intensive, because not all products are. So the first one that I've found is this flexible octopus tripod. So a tripod for holding phones and tablets and things like that you can use to film. So the different features that it has, if we scroll down to the product description, we can see one feature is that it's very flexible. So the benefit from that is somebody that wants to use it to film or take pictures can pretty much attach it to anything. So you could list that as a benefit. You can attach this tripod to almost anything to create the perfect picture or video of your choice. So if we scroll down, we can have a look at some of the other stuff. So the feature is thread slip. So the benefit from that is your tripod will never slip over during recording or taking pictures again, and this will limit the damage to your phone if you have experienced that in the past. Also a wide range of applications. So that means this tripod can fit loads of different applications, so you won't have to buy loads of different tripods or selfie sticks for multiple different things that you want to use. So you can use this tripod for an iPad, a phone, or whatever type of thing you're using to record or take pictures with. So the benefit of that is that they can only carry one tripod. They don't have to buy loads of different ones for different iPads or phones. So I'm just going to scroll down and I'll have a look at another feature. So another feature is it is 360-degree adjustment. So that means the benefit of that, you can film totally 360 degrees around you and take pictures all around you. You won't have to keep spinning the tripod around. So that's another benefit. Something like that. Obviously you're going to word it a little bit better and think about what you're actually going to write on your store. But those are the types of examples that you can give as a benefit. So we'll just have a look at a few other products. So here's another one, which is argan oil for your hair. So this is really feature and benefit intensive. So if I scroll down, it has loads of different features. So let me just get to the area. So we can see here, repair damaged hair, improve dull hair, reduce manic hair, improve split hair, remove grease from your hair. So those are all benefits. You can expand on all of them. This argan oil, you can have a look at what it includes. So these are the features. So it includes vitamin E. So you can say the vitamin E in our argan oil helps to remove grease from your hair. That's the benefit. So there's another great feature and benefit intensive product. And then we can have a look at this one, which is snail cream. So another kind of care product. So this one, you know, a benefit from it could be helps to remove wrinkles, helps to keep your skin clear and things like that. And then obviously the feature is going to be that all of our cream is sourced directly from snails and things like that. So that's another feature and benefit intensive product. And finally, I'll just show you another one. So seeing as we looked at a mattress earlier, this is just a mattress topper, which is really feature and benefit intensive. So if we have a look here, we can see, well, these are kind of very loose benefits, but you could easily expand on those. But if we scroll down, and we can have a look at all of the different features and benefits. So one of the features is 100% waterproof, so your bed will always be protected against perspiration, bedwetting, liquids and stains. That's a benefit. It's hypoallergenic, so you will never suffer from bad allergies again because it blocks dust mites, allergens, bacteria and so on. So you can see this product here is really feature intensive and also benefit intensive. And also when you are looking for products, you obviously want to find products that have loads of pictures so that you can fully demonstrate all of the features and benefits on your website. So if you find a product that is really feature and benefit intensive, but it only has one picture like this, then that's probably not the best product to use for one product dropshipping, because you're not going to be able to demonstrate all of those features and benefits on your dropshipping store just by talking about them with text. You also need images to go along with them. So those are the best ways to try and find products for one product dropshipping. Don't just find any old product and import it into your store and try and create a one product dropshipping store around it, because if you can't show any features and benefits of it, nobody is going to buy it. If they just see any old phone case slapped up on a website and there's nothing really enticing them to buy it, then they probably won't buy it. So now we've had a look at the type of products that you can use for one product dropshipping. We're also just going to very briefly look at a name for your one product dropshipping store. It's very different to building a branded dropshipping store. With a branded dropshipping store, you need to think of a brand name, something that's good, something that's catchy. With a one product dropshipping store, it's not as, you can be a little bit more lenient with it. So for example, something like this tripod, you can easily just have a look at the features and benefits and the name of this and try and mash them together. So something like octopus tripod, so Oct tripod could be a good one. So if I head over to GoDaddy and I just type in Oct tripod, and we can have a look if that name is available. And also another thing that you want to do, so you can see this name is available, octtripod.com. So there's a free name for you. If you want to try your hand at one product dropshipping with this product, then there's a cool name for you guys to use. Also, what you want to do is very quickly Google this. So if I type in octripod, just to see if anything comes up. So nothing else comes up under this name, because you want your store to be the top of Google. Sometimes when people see Facebook ads, they will Google the name of your store to see if it comes up in Google. That's a kind of way of them legitimizing your website and making sure it is a real website. So if you can see a name that's already up here, then you obviously don't want to pick that name because it's going to compete with the name of your store. So this name is actually probably a really good name. Another one, so for example, this one could be called Moro Argan. So you could mash together, let's try it in here, Moroccan, it could be Moroccan, which is a mixture of Moroccan and argan. So that's another cool name. So just try and have a look at the words in here and mix them together. So instead of Moroccan, we're going for Moroccan because it's Morocco argan oil. So that's another really good name. And then if I put that into Google, we can have a look. So a few things are coming up with ancestry and things like that. But if you actually have the domain name for it, once you index your website, it is going to come up first in Google. So those are some quick tips of how you can pick a catchy brand name for your one product dropshipping store. Excellent. So we've learned about the benefits of one product dropshipping, the type of products that we can use for one product dropshipping with some examples, and also how to pick a brand name for our one product dropshipping store. So now we're going to go and just purchase our brand name, and after that we're going to sign up for Shopify, and I'm going to take you through the process of actually building the one product dropshipping store. So purchasing a domain name is really easy. Just head over to any domain registrar. They're all pretty much the same and they're really easy to connect to Shopify. So just use something like GoDaddy, Namecheap, One and One. They're all very similar, like I said. Just type in your name that you're looking for, and then all you need to do is just add to cart and go through the checkout process. Like I said, doesn't really matter which domain register you use. They're all very similar and they're all really easy to connect to Shopify. So what we're going to do next, go to Shopify. There is a link in the description and you will get a 14-day free trial with that link. It's also an affiliate link, so if you do sign up for it, I receive a small commission, so thank you very much. Click on the link in the video description and it will bring you to Shopify, and what we're going to do is just click on Start Free Trial. Then you're going to enter in your email address, so let me just enter mine in. Pick a password and pick your store name. So ideally, you want your store name to be the same as your domain name. So let me just go for, I'm just going to go for something very generic for this tutorial, but like I said, try and pick something that's the same as your domain name or kind of similar. So I'm just going to go phone case, one product. Obviously that's not an ideal name, but just for this tutorial, we're just going to go for something easy. Then click on create your store. Then what you're going to do, it's going to bring you to an area where you have to enter in your details for your Shopify account. So just give it a moment to load. And once it loads, it will ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself. So just say, it doesn't really matter. This is just for Shopify's kind of data gathering services. So you can just say I'm playing around. And you don't need to use any of their services because I'm going to show you all of this stuff. And then we'll just say 0 and we'll just click next. Then you need to enter in your details, so just enter those in. Then once you've entered in all your details, just scroll down and click enter my store. And then once your store has been created, you will be brought to the Shopify dashboard. So this is the area where you can actually start creating your store and you can run everything to keep your store streamlined and start making sales. So from here it will say add a product, but that's not what we're going to do first. The first thing that we're going to do is install an app called Oberlo, which is going to allow us to import the one product that we want to dropship from AliExpress. So if we just click on apps, and then we're going to go visit Shopify App Store, and we're going to look for the Oberlo app. So just click on search apps and type in Oberlo, and then you want to click on this one with the blue icon. Then just click add app. Then you'll be brought back to your Shopify dashboard, and from here it would say that it wants to access some permissions on your store, so that's fine, and just click install app. After you click install app, it will say to start the Oberlo tour. You can go for that if you want to, but I'm just going to skip it for the purpose of the tutorial because it's pretty basic. All you're going to do is import the one product that you want to dropship. So we're just going to click X off of this, and now we can go and have a look at which product we want to import into our Shopify store. So a really easy way to import one product from AliExpress is to import product by URL or ID. So once you follow all of the methods I gave you in the beginning of the video about finding a product with great features and great benefits, just find it on AliExpress and copy the URL. Then we're going to head back over to Oberlo, go on import product by URL or ID, and we're just going to paste that URL into here and click import. Then you will see a little pop-up saying product is being imported. Once we do that, we'll click X off of here and we'll go to our import list. And in our import list, we should see that product has been imported. So we can see here, this is the product that I just imported, and this is the product that we are going to use today for me to show you how to build the perfect one product dropshipping store with Shopify. So this is once again a really great product really feature intensive, scratch proof, tempered glass, all of those types of different features and great benefits that it can offer to the customer. So we're going to head back to the Oberlo import list and we can see this here. So there are loads of different things that you can do here. For example, change the title, change the collection. We're not going to actually create a collection because we're only dropshipping one product, but if you want to expand in the future, this is where you might want to think about adding a collection to your store. So what we're going to do, we're just going to change the title. So what we're going to do in terms of our title for our product, we're going to actually call it the same as our domain name for this product. So that's the type of thing that I think you should do going forward. So for example, for this one, I'm going to call it Indestructor Case, which I've had a look on GoDaddy as well. And this is just another really good name that you guys could potentially use. So it's like indestructible and phone case, so Indestructor Case. So I'm just going to copy this. Now you can name the product anything you want, but think of a kind of cool name for your product because you're only dropshipping one product. So you want it to have a really cool name. If I just called this waterproof case, then when people come over to my store, they're going to, it's going to be pretty boring. They've come over to the store and just see one product, waterproof case. They come over to the store and they see Indestructor Case. And this goes back to what I was saying about picking your domain name. Pick something that's to do with the product, putting two words together, because that's what's actually going to be the name of your product and the name of your store. So Indestructor Case, and then in the title, we're going to add some keywords because this might help when people are searching things on Google and this comes up. So we're going to have a look at the features on the AliExpress page and we're going to add them into the product title. So let's just have a look at the main keywords that we can use for our product title. So I think I'm just going to go for something like tempered glass, anti-scratch, shatterproof case. So we're just going to go for that. We're just going to say tempered glass, anti-scratch, shatterproof case. Obviously I've spelled that wrong. So that's the type of title that you want to use for your product title for the one product that you're going to dropship. Later on we're going to have a look at how it actually comes out. If it doesn't look too pretty, you can obviously put some of the words down and just add them to the product description. But for now, we're going to leave it like that. So next up, we have the product description. And this is really important because this is where the customer is going to finally make their decision as to whether they're going to purchase it. So throughout the store, when we actually design it, we're going to already give them all of the benefits and the features. But then on the description, we want to summarize all of those features in one area. So we're going to just click on description. And here we're going to delete all of this stuff because these are just features and you don't just want to list your features in your product description because that's really boring, but we're going to keep them actually and we can just leave them at the bottom. So we're going to go to the top of here and just leave some space and we're going to write a really cool product description for our product, for our one product dropshipping store. So when you're writing your product description, you want to really accentuate the features and the benefits to the customer. So go over to AliExpress and have a look at your product and think, what kind of benefits could I really write about here? So that's why I'm saying this is the sort of perfect product because it has so many features that you can turn into benefits that it's really a really great product to market. So what we're going to say, we're going to start off with, so let me go back, the Indestructor Case. The ultimate case in phone protection. So you start your description off with the general overall benefit. So the general overall benefit of Indestructor Case is phone protection. So what's the first benefit that I can also start talking about? So if I head over to here, I can see that this one here, show original beauty, ultra thin, crystal clear. So that's a kind of cool benefit that I could start off with. So let's head back over to Oberlo and say, with an ultra thin, crystal clear fill. And obviously I'm not very good at spelling today. Your phone will appear as though in its original form showcasing its full beauty. So what we're saying there is you can still have phone case protection without actually having to compromise on the look of your phone. So your phone will still appear as in its original form, still looking how it is when you bought it and showing how beautiful the actual phone is. Let's head back to our product and have a look. So it has this airbag cushion edge which eases impact upon dropping. So we can say, we'll go back over here, the airbag cushion edge eases impact, meaning you will never have to worry about dropping your phone again. So that's a really great benefit, because we all worry about when we drop our phone, is it going to be damaged? So we're saying the airbag cushion edge, which is the feature, eases impact, meaning you will never have to worry about dropping your phone again. So that kind of just shows to the customer that they can drop their phone and it's not going to be harmed. And this leads us on to our next line, which is another benefit, if I have a look, which is shatterproof and shockproof. So we're going to say Indestructor case is entirely shatterproof and shockproof. So if you do drop your phone, you won't suffer that heart-wrenching moment of picking it and seeing the damage. It will always remain fully protected. So that line there is kind of tapping into somebody's human nature. So I that's what I like to call it. So we're saying if you drop your phone, you won't suffer that heart-wrenching moment, because when we drop our phones, we will have that moment like, oh my god, when I pick this up, is it going to be screwed? Is it going to be smashed, or is it going to be chipped? And because we're saying it's shatterproof and shockproof, people won't face that moment ever again. They can drop their phone and they don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to list the last few benefits, and then we are pretty much done with our product description. What you want to do when you are writing your product descriptions, try and start every sentence with a different word. So you can see here I've put the Indestructor case, then I've started this one with, then the airbag, and then I've said Indestructor case on its own. And then this time I'm going to start the next sentence with as. So we're going to say as Indestructor case has 9H tempered glass, it is also totally scratch proof, meaning your phone is safe from any small scratches and general wear and tear. One last thing that you might want to add to your product description is just generally about the colors that it comes in and the different models that it fits. So we can just say this, and let me just replace Duracase with Indestructor case. Indestructor case is compatible for iPhone 7X, iPhone X, coming in both black and white colors to keep you looking stylish and protected at all times. So that's kind of just wrapping it up. So then we're going to want to just make sure that the formatting is on. So if we just change this, we can actually just go here and click remove format, and then we can change this to a quote, and then if we change it back to a paragraph, and then just move all of the areas back to where they were. So this was down here, and then we had a space here, and then we had a space here, and I think this one was back up here. There we go. So that's it, we got it perfect. So then we're going to have a look at some of the features. So we're just going to add another little area over here saying features, and we'll just underline this. So where is the underline feature? Well, we'll just bold this then, seeing as I can't find an underline feature. Oh, is it this? No. Okay, that's fine. We can just add this. And then we're going to just have a look at what are the main features that we want to keep in there, because some of them are really not important. So for example, type bumper, that doesn't mean anything to me or to the customer. Retail package, yes, we can get rid of that. Brand name, obviously it's our brand, so we're going to get rid of that. And a few other things that you might want to get rid of. So the compatibility stuff is pretty cool to keep in. This one here we can get rid of. And just make sure everything is spelt correctly. So for example, you'll see here like iPhone's missing an E, durable design, good protective function. So just little things that you're going to have to clean up to make your store look more professional. So then if we just go down to the bottom, I think I'm just going to delete this because we have enough stuff about compatibility up there. And this stuff about dropship and style of case we can get rid of. And we're just going to add slash there, black/white. So just make sure everything looks nice. Leave a few little spaces because sometimes the feature descriptions that come directly from AliExpress, they can look a little bit off. So you just want it to look nice and clean, and it's going to make your store look more professional and trustworthy just by adding these little extra things in and just taking the extra time to make it look more professional. So just for example, adding spaces after commas. See, just little things like that that can make your store look way more trustworthy. So that's it. We have our product description done. We're just going to move that up here and that up here because there seems to be too much space between there. So what we're going to do next, we'll go over to variants. So generally you want to keep all of the variants because these are all of the different styles and models. So obviously black or white for all of the different models. Now, what you might want to do, obviously in here, is change the prices because it's easier to change them in here and then import it to your store than to import it to your store and go and change all of the prices later. So you can actually think about putting a discount onto your product. So what was the price and what is the new price? So something for a phone case, I would say originally, let's say $19.99, or even let's just say $22.99, $25.99. And then we can sell this for $15.99. So a phone case for £16 I think is probably the normal average price. Sometimes Oberlo doesn't update straight away, so you just have to try again and you'll see save successfully. And then what you can do is just copy and paste all of these into here. So on your site now, it's going to show it was originally $25.99. The customer can now get it for £16 or $15.99. So they're getting a discount on their product. And also another thing that you might want to have a look at is changing the color, because sometimes on the products on AliExpress they just have a color like 1, 2, 3, so you want to make sure that you go in and actually make sure it's the color of the actual product. And also sometimes the colors don't match up, so something might be burgundy and they've listed it as red, but really you want your store to be professional and trustworthy. So if it is burgundy, make sure that the color says burgundy and not red. See, I really like this here, which is they've got mysterious black and transparent white. Those are some really cool color names. So if you can think that you can add some cool color names to your products just to enhance the experience, then that's really good as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go in and change all of these, and then I will show you just about importing images as well. So I have gone in and changed all of my prices for each variant of my product, and over here you can just see how much profit we're going to make from each one. So £22.97, which is a healthy amount of profit. And then also you can just tick one. So let's just say there's a variant that you don't want to include, you don't think it's worth it. So this one is for the iPhone XS. I could just untick that so it wouldn't show up on my store. So that's basically variants in a nutshell. Then if we click on images, these are all of the different images that you can import. So it's going to just take a few on the Oberlo app. So make sure you tick the ones that you want, because otherwise they won't show on your store. So I'm just going to go in and tick some of these, but actually I'm not going to use these anyway, because I don't like using the images from AliExpress because they have all this text on. Sometimes the text doesn't quite make sense, the things that it says. It looks really unprofessional, and just generally for the branding of the store, I don't like the little things they have on it and stuff like that. But I'm just going to quickly show you anyway, because we can just tick these and we can always go and delete them from the product later. So what you're going to do is you've done everything now. You've done your product description, you've you've ticked the variants that you want to use, and you've got all of the images that you want and added your pricing. So just click import to store. And that's it. Because we're doing a one product dropshipping store, it's really easy to create your product. We don't have to go in now and do that 50 times for loads of different products. We have our product that we want to use, and now we can go over to Shopify and start actually designing our store. So we're going to head over to Shopify. So just click back into Shopify, and if we go to products, we should just see that product that's just been imported, and that's perfect. So we have our indestructible case here, tempered glass, anti-scratch, shatterproof case. So that's perfect. So the next thing that we're going to look to do is customize our store and our store's theme and add all of the pages. So if you just click onto online store, and over here we're going to choose the theme. Now the best theme for one product dropshipping, I'm just going to go through this very quickly. We're going to explore the free themes. There are some premium themes that you can use for one product dropshipping, but generally when you're starting out you might want to just think about using a free theme. So generally I have tested out loads of different free themes for one product dropshipping, and I've seen online that many people say Jumpstart, and also even Shopify themselves say Jumpstart is for one product or people with very small categories, so 1 to 2 products. But I actually tested it out and I really didn't like how it was. It didn't seem to fulfill the needs that I wanted to explain to the customer all of the benefits and the features of the product. I also tried out Ventura because I thought they would have a cool style, but once again, it just didn't look right. So really and truly, I am actually just going to stick with the debut theme. People might think that that's not the best theme for a one product dropshipping store, but once I actually show you how to build it, I'm sure I'll be able to convince you that the debut theme definitely is the best theme for a one product dropshipping store. So before we start actually customizing our theme, there are a few prerequisites that we need to complete and a few prior things that we need to do to make our store look very professional and very trustworthy. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to go over to AliExpress and find the product that you want to dropship, and we're going to go and take all of the text and backgrounds out of the pictures. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So here is an example. Here are all the pictures of this product, and all I've done, I've got them all and I've sent them off and taken all of the text, and for some of them I've taken the backgrounds out. So for example, if you have a look at this one, it's got all text saying airbag cushion. So let me just move this out of the way. Airbag cushion, thick soft edge, airbag cushion, those types of things. So if I actually go onto what I've done to it now, and this is going to allow you to put your own branding onto your website, you can see I've taken everything off, so they looks more clean for when I upload it to my Shopify store. And I've done this for all the pictures. So if we have a look at this one, it's got Flow Me 9H glass case, which that doesn't look very clean, very professional. And you can see here the actual picture, which I've sent off to Fiverr, and I've had all of that taken off. So it looks so much more clean. When a customer comes onto our Shopify store, they're just going to see this. They're not going to see it with all of this gunky text over it. So what you need to do, the best way to do this is to actually go into Chrome and open up your AliExpress product in the Chrome browser. Then we're just going to right click and click Inspect Element. And this is going to allow us to save the images. So once you click Inspect Element, you just click on this little arrow here, and this is going to allow you to inspect the element. So let's say I want to inspect this here. So if you want to go, just click off of the arrow to actually click onto the website. So you'll see this little circle mouse now. So now you can actually click on any of the images. So let's just say I want to save this one here. Actually, let's just say this one because I showed that in an example. So we'll click on the arrow, and then we're going to inspect this. So it should come up IMG, which is for image. So we'll click on that, and then you'll see here this long URL. So we're going to double click this URL. So just bear with me. Sometimes you need to just do it again. So what we do, we just double click this URL, and you should see that come up, and you're just going to copy that. Then you're going to open a new browser, and you're going to paste that URL in here, and then you can see that the product picture comes up nice and big for us to save. Now, in most cases, you can just right click this and click Save Image, but some AliExpress products don't allow you to save them. So when you do click Save Image, it doesn't come up properly. So what you're going to do then, if that happens to you, which has happened to me on various products, you're going to go to the snipping tool, you're going to click New. So let me just cancel that so I can get rid of this. There we go. So we click new, and you're just going to snip the image. So just snip it all around. Try and do it, be quite careful with it when you snip the image so that you don't run across the edges, because you want our product images to look really good. So we're going to snip that, and then all you're going to do is save the image, and just save it somewhere obviously where you can find it, and save it as whatever you want. So I'm just going to call this case 9, because you can see here I've saved all of these case images for the case that I'm going to be using, and you can just save that. So what you're going to do, you're going to do that for every single product image on your AliExpress product. So all again, I'll just show you once again very quickly. You can just hover over the image. So let me firstly get the image. So you just click this little arrow, just to reiterate it again. Hover over it and click it, then find the URL once you've clicked on it, and then you're just going to paste it in here. And once it comes up, you can then use the snipping tool to save it. So once you've saved all of your product images, what you can do is you can then head over to Fiverr. So we just head over to fiverr.com, and what you're going to do, you're just going to type in remove Photoshop background, or we'll just say Photoshop background removal. So you just search that, and then all you're going to do, you're going to find a gig. There's so many of them that will do this for you for about $5. So you'll just find one. So there's loads on here, and let me just show you the example of the one I purchased. So if we go to buying, and I go to orders, and I can just show you the type of thing I say when I actually send the pictures off. So we can see here 20 photos professionally, and we'll just have a look at the order requirements. So we'll just go on show requirements. So hi there, thanks for your great work. So that was from a previous gig. For image case 8, if you could remove everything and just leave the phone with the case, that would be great. So you can see I'm specifically saying which part of the pictures I want him to remove. For case 2, if you could remove all of the text but leave the lines, that would be excellent. So these lines. So I'm saying I want to remove the text but leave these lines in. And for case 4, if you could leave the circle in, that would be excellent. So for one of them, this one here, you can see it's got a circle in. So I'm saying if you could leave that circle in but remove the text, that would be excellent. Now this cost me £5.76, so it cost me around $7 to do, and I got all of the product backgrounds and text removed. So you can see here, here's all of the case images that I've done, and here are the original ones, of course, on, that's the wrong one. If we just go back over here, we can see all of the original pictures with, you know, like I said, they don't look very professional. This text, to me, it's like Times New Roman. It looks really old-fashioned. It looks rubbish. So I want to be able to brand my store the way I want to do it. So that's why it's really important that you go and do this step. This is one of the most important steps in building a one-product dropshipping store. Go and find the pictures, send them off. Just put that little bit of extra effort into your store, because it's going to make it look more professional, more clean, and obviously that's going to increase sales. Now, once you get all of your pictures back from your Fiverr gig, it takes about 1 or 2 days. Then you are going to head back over to Shopify, and we're going to go and customize our theme. So we're going to stick with the debut theme, as I mentioned. So all you want to do is click on online store, themes, and then click customize. And this is where we actually start building the look and feel of our store. Now, with one product dropshipping stores, you don't need to go and be crazy and try and change everything. Just do what's working. So I like to keep my stores professional, a nice white background with one color that's for the trimmings and for the calls to action, so the buttons and things like that, and then just black text. So we're going to start actually by just designing the layout of our store. So first of all, we're going to actually delete everything, so then we can just start from scratch. So just open up. So if we just click on all of this, so image with text overlay, and we're just going to remove this section, and then this next section, we're going to remove this as well. And we're just going to remove every section so we can start with a completely clean slate. So right now, all we have is a header and a footer. So once you've done that, now we're going to actually start adding some sections to our store. Now, with any good one product e-commerce site, the main thing that you want your customers to see when they come onto the site is the product. So a big hero image that looks really clear and some text that explains a little bit about the product. So if we just go back to Casper again, just as an example, because I think this is a really good one product store, we can see that they have a really nice image of the actual mattress, and then you can watch a video. So we're not going to embed a video on our hero image because obviously some AliExpress products don't come with videos. So we're just going to add an image and then some nice text about our product. So what we need to do is we're going to add section, and then we're going to do image with text. This is probably the best section that you can use for the first area of your website. So just click add, and then we're going to align the image to the right, because I actually really like it on the right. So we've got some text here, and then on the right is the big image of the product that we are promoting. So now we're going to select an image. So just click on that, and then we're going to click upload an image. And we're going to find some of the images that we sent off to Fiverr. Now, obviously, it's down to you which image you think portrays your product in the best way, because this is the first thing that your customers are going to see. So me personally, I really like this one here with the big splashes around it. I think that looks really cool and really clean. So I'm going to go for that one. So you're going to see, because I took the background out and everything, this is going to come up really clear and lovely. And also, if we have a look at it in full screen, we can see this is a beautiful image now. And also, one thing that you need to make sure is that your images look good on a mobile. So if we go for the mobile view, we can see that looks really good as well. And then we're going to have some text here about the product. So that's really perfect. So these are the type of images that you need to be using for your one product dropshipping as well. So as soon as somebody clicks on it, they know, wow, this is a really great product. So we're just going to select that and click select. And what we're going to do next is we're going to actually add to the text area. So let me just open this back up again so we can see. And we're going to add some text regarding our product, of course, and what are the benefits of it, and then somebody can go straight away and buy it, or they can scroll down and find out more information about the product. So first of all, I'm going to actually add the heading. So I'm going to say the indestructible case, which is the name of the case I'm selling. So generally, for a rule of thumb, you want your product and your domain to be the same, and also this is going to be the name of your product as well. We're talking about the instructor case, which is this case. And then we're just going to sum the product benefits up in one go. So in the product description we wrote earlier, we're going to sum that up very quickly. So we're going to say something like no more broken phones, and make sure everything is spelled correctly. Broken phones ever. And that's a really kind of hitting thing for the customer to see. No more broken phones ever. A hitting statement. And we're going to put this ever in bold. Now you can apply this to any product. What is the main benefit of the product? The main benefit of this product, which is practically indestructible, is that your phone will never break. So that's why I've put this. So for example, for Casper, if this is more, maybe you could say no more bad sleeps ever, or something like that. What is the main benefit of the product? So we're going to say that, and then we're going to say the ultimate case for phone protection. So now we have captured our customers' attention with those two statements. So they may not necessarily buy the case just based on that, but it's going to intrigue them to scroll down about the product and find out more information. And once we constantly keep bombarding them with the benefits of the product, that is what's going to entice them to actually make a purchase. So what we can do is we can do a button label if you want to, and we can say buy now. So somebody can purchase the product straight away if they want to. So we'll go to products and we'll just do the indestructor case, and now we've got this buy now button here. So that's really good. So now we've done that first section, but of course that's not enough for a customer to want to buy the product. So we're going to have to actually create a way for customers to scroll down, read more information about the product, and then think about making a sale and hopefully making a purchase. So what we're going to do next, we're going to start adding some more sections. So we'll just save this and then click back. And first of all, actually, now we are just going to sort the color scheme and the type font of our website out, and then we're going to carry on adding some sections. So as I mentioned earlier, I like to keep all of my stores very clean. So just a white background, nice and plain and easy. But I really do think that you should change the default fonts that come with a Shopify store, just because they're very recognizable and people are seeing Shopify. They, some people are aware of it. So you want your store to be a little bit more unique, a little bit more different. Now, we're just going to go over to theme settings and we're going to go to typography. You want to pick two fonts that work really well together. So I'm just going to pick Montserrat as my heading text. We're just going to select that. And then I'm going to pick, I think, Garamond. And these are two fonts that work really well together. One is serif, one is sans serif. So basically what that means is one doesn't have little flicks at the end and one does. So they kind of work well together. So this is something that you might want to look for. Just have a look online, two Shopify fonts that work well together, and you'll see a list of loads of different ones that you can put together, and then pick one obviously that's relevant to the product. So obviously this is a pretty basic product, so we're just going with some clean font. If you're going for a more manly product, you might want to pick masculine font, or if you're going for a more feminine product, you might want to pick feminine fonts, because there are some fonts that are more, come across more sort of feminine, and some that come across more sort of masculine. But that's very quickly just an overview of how you can use typography. And like I said, I do recommend that you actually change the default font for your Shopify store. So what we're going to do next, we're going to change the colors. So I always like my sale price to be a very subtle red, like this one here. When it's a really strong red like this, I think it looks a little bit spammy. So we're going to go for this subtle red. Heading and links, I personally prefer just black. And then for body text, I like sort of close to black, but not completely black. So that's this font color here, it should be, which is kind of almost black. It's kind of not completely black. So then we've got primary buttons, this subtle red. So I like my calls to action to be like a subtle red, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter as long as all of your call to actions are the same color. But don't go for something like this, because you can't read the text. It looks really silly. Or, depends what kind of item you're selling. So like I said, if you're selling something a bit more masculine, you might want to just go for a blue like that. If you're selling something a bit more feminine, you might want to go for a purple. It really depends on the product. But for now, I'm just going to go for this red here. I really like that. Everything else we can leave exactly the same. And that's pretty much it in terms of design. So you can see subscribe here, all the buttons are red. But really, like I said, you want your store to look clean and professional. So for example, if we go back here, we can see everything here is pretty much white and grey, and they just used this blue as the color for their buttons and for their reviews and things like that. So that's kind of their trimmings color, is this blue color, and then for some of their sections, but mainly it's white and grey. And that's a lot of e-commerce stores, you will see that these days, and because it converts and works really well. And if it's not broke, then don't fix it. Don't try and do something completely different, because if the big companies are doing it, then it must be working. So that's basically the colors. So we've done that. Now we're going to go back to our sections and we're going to add a new section. So we'll just click add section again and scroll down, and we're going to add this text columns with images. So this is the kind of perfect area for when somebody scrolls. Now we're going to be able to explain some features and benefits of the product. So we're just going to add this, and then over here we're just going to say why in this case. So we're basically saying to the customer, why should you buy this product? So now we're going to use these three areas to actually, like I mentioned, explain some features and benefits of the product. So that is why you need a feature and benefit intensive product, because if you don't, then someone's just going to see this and then they're going to scroll and you won't be able to write anything more about the product. That's basically a failed store. So we firstly want to actually add the images to this section. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to canva.com and we're going to actually just make all of our images the same size, because you might send your images off to Fiverr and they might all be different sizes, so you don't want to upload them because it's going to look weird. So what we're going to do is head over to canva.com and create an account if you don't already have one. It's pretty simple. Canva is a free online platform that allows you to create graphics. Once you create your Canva account, it will bring you over to this page. Just click on custom dimensions and we're going to go for 400 by 400. So a nice square picture that's going to fit in here perfectly. So just click 400 by 400 and click create new design. And then what you want to do, you want to navigate to the pictures that you received from Fiverr. So if I just go to mine, and then all you want to do is where it says uploads, just click on uploads and you're just going to drag the pictures in here. So let's just say we want to use this one. We just drag that in there and it will upload that image. Once it has uploaded, we can then move the image onto our palette. So let's just give it a moment to upload. And then we can just drag this, or you can just click it and it goes straight onto there. So what you want to do is you want to make sure it's the perfect size. So for me, that's a little bit too small. So just drag it until you get it to the right sort of size. So that sort of size looks good. And then we're just going to make sure, maybe make that tiny little bit smaller. So now all you need to do, you can literally just click download and that image is ready to go. So do that with all of your images. Also, what you want to do as well is add your own text on. So like I mentioned earlier, if I delete this one, I actually got all of the text taken off of this image. So if I just drag this and make it the right size, and you want to actually just add your own text on, and you want the text to be consistent throughout your website. So if we go have a look at my website, I'm using the Montserrat font. So it would be a good idea to add Montserrat font on here. So all you can do is go to text, add a heading, and then change it to whatever font you're using on your Shopify store. And like I said, that is going to create consistency, and consistency is what creates trust with your customers. So we'll just change that to something like white, and then you can just use the same text that you would with the AliExpress picture. So if we have a look here, it says explosion proof layer, and if I go back here, then I would just do explosion proof layer, and then we can just make that text a bit smaller. So if we just make it like size 10 maybe, and if it doesn't fit, then just be a little bit creative, so we can do something like that. So there we go. So you want to do that with all of your images. Make sure the text is consistent. They are all 400 by 400 pixels. So if we just go over to my designs, and we can have a look that I've done this with all of my images. So we've got this scratch proof one here, camera protection, thickening soft edge with airbag cushion. I've done it for this, and I've just done exactly the same text that's on here. So for example, if we scroll down again, we can see here this one says thickening soft edge airbag cushion, and then it shows the airbag cushion. I've done that for my design here as well. But like I said, I've used the Montserrat font, so it looks way more clean and professional. When somebody comes over to my store, they're going to see all the fonts are matching, and we're not using Montserrat here and then Times New Roman here. And also some of the text that they write, like I mentioned earlier on AliExpress products, sometimes they don't make sense because maybe the person that's writing it, English isn't their first language, so some things look a bit weird. You don't want to give the impression to your customers that this product is being created by a Chinese manufacturer. So you want to make sure everything looks like it's written in plain English, just like this. So that's perfect. So once you've done that and you've got all of your images, just get them and just click download, and then we're going to upload them to our Shopify store. So I'm just going to quickly close these because I don't need them anymore, and then we're going to head over here and we're going to select an image. So we'll select an image and just click upload, and I will navigate to the images I want to use. So what I actually want to use for this one is these 3 images here. So like I said, you want to always keep your website looking very consistent. So these three all have a black background. So that's why I'm going to use them three all over here. Then I can demonstrate the scratch proof feature later on down below. So we're going to start off with this soft silicone one. So that's the first image, and we'll just click select. Then if we just close this one, then we'll upload our next image, which is going to be this camera protection. And then we will upload our final image. So we'll just click select again. We'll close this one. And then we're going to add our final one. So select image, upload, and thick softening airbag cushion. So like I mentioned, now you can see why I've made them 400 by 400, because they all are the same height, same size, makes the website look really clean. If we put it into full mode, we can see that this is completely all the same size. Makes it look really consistent. Then if we go on a mobile, it also looks great as well. So that's exactly what you want. And now we're going to just start explaining all of these different features of the product one by one. So as people scroll on the website, they're going to get to know more of the features and benefits of the product, trying to convince them to actually purchase. So we'll just go back to this mode and we'll click select. Now we're going to go back to our first picture. So we're going to add a title or a tagline. This has to be something that basically outlines the benefit of this feature of the product. So for this first title, we're just going to say 3 layers of protection. And that's just explaining of these 3 different layers. So tempered glass, soft silicone, and the explosion proof layer. So in destructor case, has 3 layers. We'll call it 3 like this. Layers of protection. Meaning your phone will always remain safe no matter the type of damage. We'll just say no matter the type of drop. Meaning, because you can drop your phone in all sorts of situations. It can fall out of your pocket. It could fall from a height when you're charging it, you know, from a table down onto the floor. And there's loads of different ways that you could drop your phone. So it will always remain safe no matter the type of drop. And then we're going to just bold this 3. So it's like 3 layers of protection. So that's the first one. Next up, we want to do is this one. So we'll just say camera protection. You will no longer face the frustration of taking blurry selfies. The indestructor case will keep your camera in tip-top shape. See, all of the things I'm trying to write here are real life scenarios that happen to people. So if you notice, you no longer face frustration of taking blurry selfies. When someone's camera phone, or the camera on their phone breaks, it just always comes out really bad quality. They're taking selfies, or they'll say, oh, take a picture of me, and then it comes out blurry, and they'll have to ask their friend, oh, can you take a picture of me and send it to me? So you're really playing on that fact. You're reaching out to the customer with a real life situation. So that's what we're saying here, and that's what you need to try and do with your products as well. Really relate to the customer as much as you can. And then we're finally just going to do this last one, which is just going to be, we'll just say soft edge protection. Then the thickening soft edge will ensure the inside, the mechanics or of your phone on the inside are also kept protected. So that way we're kind of saying to them as well, you know, your phone will look great on the outside due to the protection, but also nothing's going to break inside, because the soft edge, when you drop it or if some sort of damage happens to it, will stop all of the wires coming out of place and things like that. So that's basically it. We've got the way our store is set up now. Someone can actually come onto the store, they can see exactly what the product is we're selling, the name of it, and the main premise of the product, the main benefit of the product, which is no more broken phones. So your phone won't break, ultimate phone protection, and then they can buy now. So what we might do, actually, we might change this button to actually say find out more, and then get it to scroll down to this area, so we can still show more benefits to our customers, because they're probably not just going to buy now just based on this. So if you have this button as learn more, or if you have a video embedded in your website and put here see the video, and then we can add a link that just scrolls down to a part of our homepage. So we're going to go and add that in later. What we're going to do now is we're just going to save this, and we're actually going to go back and add another section onto our website. Now the section we're going to add here is going to be a product video. So you can see for my product, I have this product video here. So if you don't have a product video for your product that you want to dropship, you can just skip to the next part of the tutorial. But if you do have a product video, then I would suggest definitely watching this part of the tutorial, because it's going to be really important. So we're going to add a section, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to add custom content. We'll just leave that there for now. So we just click add, and we're just going to remove the picture. So we just click remove content, and we're going to remove the image. So we just click remove content again. Now we've got nothing, so we can add content, and we're going to add a video. So then what we need to do is we actually just need to paste the link in. So we're going to have to upload our video to YouTube. Now the only problem is some of the videos come with text over them. So you can see this one here says flow of me. So people are going to see that and think, well, that's a little bit weird. I thought this was Indestructor case, and this says flow of me. So what we're going to do is you can go over to your AliExpress product, just click on these three dots and click download. So then you've got the product video with you. So then you're going to head over to any video to editing software. I'm using Premiere Pro. You can get a 30-day free trial, I think, or maybe a 14-day free trial. So if you don't want to pay for Premiere Pro, you can just get the free trial, do your video with it, upload it to YouTube, and it's ready. Or you can use any other cheap editing software just to put something over that text. So it could just be like Filmora, it's pretty cheap, or any other video to editing software. So I'm just going to navigate to the video now. So let me just grab the video, and we're just going to drop this in here. So it might take a little while. So there we go. Then just click change sequence settings. That's fine. And we're just going to scroll this over here. So what we want to do next, we want to hold Alt if you're using Premiere Pro, and we're just going to grab the audio and just going to delete it. So now we can actually just go to the beginning of this video. So where does the video begin? Here. So we're just going to drag this there. So that's the beginning of our video now. We cut that first bit out. So let's just see how that looks. Perfect. So we're just going to drag this back to the beginning. And what we're going to do next, we're going to go to File, New. Now this is only for Premiere Pro, but pretty much any video editing software, you will be able to put text over the video. So don't worry, whatever video editing software you're using, or if you are using the 14-day free trial of Premiere Pro, then you can do this. So I'm going to go to New, and we're going to go to Legacy Title. So like I said, it might be different for the one you're using. And then we're just going to call this title, we'll just call it text, and that's fine. And then what you can actually do is you can just design something to put over the video. So that's fine. So we're just going to drag this over here just so I can see my video. So let's just drag it here. That's fine. So we're going to, firstly we want a rectangle. So we're going to draw a rectangle. and we're just going to see. So we haven't put our legacy tile on yet, so let's just get rid of that. That's fine. Then we're going to drag it onto here. So now we can see this white text box here. So we're just going to make sure that that is over where it says Flove Me or Flove Me or wherever it says. So there we go. Perfect. So that's just over there. And then we're just going to put our own text on it. So we're going to grab the text icon and I'm just going to write in the case. And obviously, once again, you have to keep the consistency. So use the font that you're using on your Shopify store. So we'll go to Montserrat, which is the one I'm using. And I'm going to make it semi-bold because that's what I've been using throughout. So we'll go to semi-bold. And then we're going to change the font color to black so we can put it over the white box. And then we're just going to change the font size. So change the font size to something like 60 maybe. Let's try 50. Perfect. Then we'll just grab that font and we're going to put it here. Now let's have a look. Indestructor case. Now you might want to play around with it because I don't really like that very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the box to black and I'm going to change the font, if I can grab it, to white. I'm going to change the font to white. Perfect. That looks great. Now just drag it, make sure that it's kind of, in the middle. So that's obviously not. And then I don't think this box needs to be that big. So we can just make it a bit smaller maybe. Perfect. So now we can get rid of that. Now if we run this video, so we're going to drag this all the way to the end. So this is our new legacy title. So we want it to be all the way to the end. So we can see we have the video of our Indestructor case. Look at that. That is really perfect. That's such a perfect video. And then we don't want this bit at the end. So we just want it to taper off there. So we're just going to cut that to there. So now, like I said, once again, if we just play this video, we can see that the product is demonstrated perfectly in the video and it has our branding on it. So what they're doing, they're showing it, they're showing the case, what it looks like, how it's going to show on your iPhone. Then they're going to demonstrate some things about how indestructible it really is. So they're scratching it with a knife, and then I think they put a lighter on it. So let's have a look. So you can obviously see the scratches don't come off. Then they put a lighter on it, it doesn't burn. And this is a really perfect video to have on your website because this is really going to demonstrate the features. We can talk about them all day, but if we are able to demonstrate them, then that's obviously going to make the customer want to purchase the product more. So there we go. They've put a permanent marker on it and that's the end. So that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're just going to save this video. So we just go to File, Export, Media. So like I said, depending on the video editing software you're going to use, might be a little bit different, but the general premise is the same. Then we're just going to go YouTube, and this is 720p because it wasn't a 1080p video, unfortunately, but that's okay. And we'll just click export. So I'm going to export this, then I'll meet you on the other side at YouTube where we'll upload it to our YouTube channel, then grab the URL and put it onto our Shopify store. So we're over on YouTube now. You don't need to create a YouTube channel or anything like that. You will just have to create a Gmail account or a Google account, shall I say, log in to YouTube, and then you will be able to just upload your video. So you've exported your video from whatever video editing software you're using. Then we're just going to click on this button here, create a video or post. So we're just going to go upload video. And then we're going to select a file to upload. So just click select files to upload. And then we're going to navigate to our video. So let me just see if I can find it. Here we are, phone case video. And just click open. Then we're going to come over to this area here. So we don't need to add anything in here in terms of description or anything like that. All you need to do is make sure you set this to private. So it's a private video. No one's going to be able to see this. Only we will have the URL to it, and we can add that URL once it's uploaded to Shopify, and then it'll be published onto our Shopify store. So just make sure that that's private. If you leave it public, it's going to show on your YouTube account. People might think it's a bit weird that you're uploading this video, and some customers that are a really Sherlock Holmes detective might be able to know that you're the owner of the store because you're the only one with this video. So I'm just going to wait for this to upload, and then I'm going to click publish, and then I'll show you how to grab the URL and add it to your Shopify store. So the video is now uploaded to YouTube. So we're just going to click done, and then we're going to head over to this link here. So click on the link, and here our video is. So we're just going to pause it so it doesn't play, and we're just going to grab this URL, head back to Shopify, and just paste the URL in here. And there we go, we have our video. Now, because it's obviously 720, not all the AliExpress videos come in 1080p. It's not the most perfect quality, but generally I think it's okay. It's not too bad. You know, you can still see the product and what it does. It still has our branding on it. So it's decent. It's decent quality. Then obviously if I have a look at it on a mobile, we can see the video is there as well, which looks really good. Now, one thing I want to mention, I did upload this under my own YouTube account. So you can see here, this Elliot Prendy is coming up. So what you might want to do is maybe upload it under an account of your store name. So if I was going to put a bit more extra effort into this, I would just do an Indestructicase account on YouTube, and you might want to just call your YouTube video Indestructicase demonstration. So I've just called it phone case video. So when you're uploading it, you can go in and change this. So if I just go return to editing, I can change this to Indestructicase demo or something like that, or just Indestructicase. It doesn't really matter. And if I save the changes, it's not going to show on my Shopify store straight away, I don't think, just because it takes a little while. But if I get rid of this and maybe I open up it again, and we grab the URL again, then we should be able to just paste that back in there, and maybe it will show as Indestructicase this time. So if I just click save, maybe we'll upload it. Let's have a look. But you get the general idea. You want this to, there we go, Indestructicase. So that's perfect. But over here you'll see it's got my little YouTube icon. So maybe you want your YouTube icon to be your Indestructicase logo or the logo of your Shopify store. So I will show you how to make a logo later on. So like I said, maybe when you are uploading it, upload it under a YouTube account of your actual store. It's not 100% important, but it just makes it look a little bit more professional. So what we're going to do next, one last thing to mention, I've actually added no music on here. So you might want to get some copyright free music from YouTube or from the internet somewhere, and you can just add this on to the video, because a silent video is pretty boring. So maybe think about adding some music onto your video as well, and you can always re-upload it and with music and just paste in the link in here. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a private video, so only we will know the link. Not everyone's going to see it, but everyone that comes onto our store will be able to see it. So what we're going to do next, where this just says custom content, we're going to say see it in action. Perfect. So we'll just save that, and then we're going to open this area up, and we have our video there. So what we're going to do now, like I said earlier, you can skip this if you don't have a video for your product. You can skip to the next section of the tutorial. The timestamps are in the description below. We're going to change this to see the video. So when somebody clicks on this button, it's going to bring us all the way down to the video, and the customer can see the video. And then they can scroll over here as well. You know, if they want to scroll up, they can see and they can read more. So we're just going to make this small, and we're just going to head back. We'll click save. So we actually need to add some code to our Shopify store to make this button have a link that goes down to here. So we're just going to do that now. So just click on this Shopify button here, and we're going to head back to customize the code of our theme. So click on Actions, and we're going to go to Edit Code. Then we're going to look for the custom content section. So if you just go down here and we click on Sections, and then we find Custom Content. We're going to open that up. Then just after this little end if bit here, we're just going to tab down and paste this bit of code in. So just copy this exactly. So it's A, so you've got your little brackets, A, name equals, and just change this. So the name doesn't really matter, but we're just going to change it to custom because it's custom content, and then just close it off. So that's exactly what you want to call it. Then we're just going to click save. So now we're going to head back to our online store, and we're just going to click customize again. And then what you want to do is you want to grab your store's URL. So we'll just copy this. Then we're going to go into the first section on our homepage, and we're going to get rid of this buy now bit, and we're going to paste this in here. Get rid of everything after, let me just get rid of everything after .com. So it should just be .com/, then we're going to go hashtag custom. So that's that, and then we're going to say watch the video. So you can actually link it to any area in your store. I'll very quickly show you that after this. So if we just click save now, and then we make it large. If we click watch the video, it brings us down to the video. Now it doesn't normally load like that, so if I just click it, it should just bring us, it just brings us straight down. So when you actually have your store, it won't just load like how it just did, because that doesn't look very professional. So someone can come on and see, wow, indestructible case, watch the video, bang, it brings us down straight to the video. And then they'll be like, I don't know, I'm not too sure, I'm not convinced by the video. So they might scroll up here, scroll back to the top, and they'll see all of these benefits. And then we're going to add some more benefits and features below the video as well, just to make them more likely to actually want to purchase this. Now let me very quickly show you how you can do this. So let's say you don't have a video for your store. You could just say on here, learn more, something like on the button, we could say learn more. And all you're going to do, so let's just click save, and we'll go back again to our code. You just need to add those tags to whatever section you want to link to. So we go to actions and edit code again. Let's say you had a slider on your store showing the different benefits, or you just want to link to the second section, which is those 3 images. So we would have a look at, we'd go back to sections, and where it says feature row, so feature row is those 3 images. You would grab this again. We can go to feature row, let's open it up, and we can just paste this below here. Let's paste it just under here. So we'll just paste it there, and let's just say we change this to info. So now this one is called info, so we'll click save. So the other one is called custom, this one is called info. So make sure they all have different names. Every section has a different name. So what you're going to do is we're going to go back to customize, and then we're just going to change that link, and that's basically it. It's really simple. So if you don't have a video, you can just do that, and we can just change this. So let's see if we can edit this. I'm not too sure if it will allow us. No, it won't, but that's fine. So we can just copy this again, and we can just go to everything, delete everything up to .com, and then we can just do hashtag info this time. And if we click that, we click save, and it should just bring us down to the second section this time. So if we open this up and we click this now, it's going to bring us to here. So it doesn't look as good as obviously having a video, but you could put a large image here. So you could put a slider and just go to the sections area in within your code and add those tags to your slider. So if you had a slider here, or you can add it to various different sections on your website. That's still pretty good, I think. If you click that and it brings you down to here, and then it's going to say why instructor case, people can just search a little bit more. And on a mobile, which is what is really important, somebody comes here and they click learn more, then it brings us down to here. So on a mobile, it looks really good. Someone can click it and it brings you down to here. Now I'm just going to change that back to the video, because obviously I want to showcase the video as much as I can. So we'll just copy that again. And we are just going to delete all of this. And we'll just say hashtag custom like it was before. And we'll just save that. And we can obviously have a look on a mobile if that works. So click learn more and it brings us down to the video. So we're just going to change this back to watch the video, which is really cool. So now we can actually have a look. So for example, like Casper, we can see they've got watch the video as well. So obviously one product stores that are doing really well are using this method. So if you can use this method on your Shopify store, then you're going to do really well as well. So we've done that. We might want to actually think about adding some buttons to these as well. So what I think we're going to do is, let's go back. We're going to go why instructor case, and we're just going to add some buy now buttons, because we want to obviously try and entice the customer to purchase as well, not just learn about the product. So we're going to add a buy now button. Buy now. And we're going to paste our product in here. So we've got a buy now one. And then we're going to do a learn more one. So this middle one can be learn more. And then we're going to just do the same. So we can put them down to the video again. So we'll just get rid of this and we'll do custom. So what you could do for this learn more, instead of bringing them again to the video, you could do learn more and it brings them down to another section. So I think that's what I'm going to do later on once we add another section, but that's okay for now. And then this final one, we're going to just do another buy now, because we want to entice our customers to purchase. So we'll just click buy now. Then that's going to bring us over to the product page. So we've got this far. You're doing really well. If you've come this far, you've obviously learned quite a lot so far. We haven't finished yet. We still have a lot of things to get through until our One Product Dropshipping store is up and ready. But let's just have a look at it for now. Customers can come onto our site. They'll see a beautiful image here, and then they can click watch the video, and it's going to bring them down to the video that we created and uploaded to YouTube. And then we also have these 3 sections here outlining loads of features and benefits, and they can buy, learn more, or buy again. So what we're going to do next, we are going to add another section, a few more sections, just to demonstrate some more benefits. And then after that, we will create a logo for our store. So the next section that we're going to add, we'll click add section again, and we are going to add, I believe, let me just find it, image with text again. And this time we're going to have the image on the left, because up the top we've got it on the right. So we want everything to look really clean, and we're going to have it on the left. So this time we're just going to click add. Then we're going to select an image again, and we are just going to add this scratch proof image. So let me just upload that. So we don't really need to put text on this one like you would on these other ones up here in Canva. You can just have no text on this one, because we're going to put the text in here. So we're just going to select that. Then we're going to outline some more features and benefits. So completely scratch proof. And we'll say you want your phone to last the distance against everyday problems with if I can spell it, instructor case your phone will be completely free of scratches. So perfect. So now we may have to add another anchor link to here, so that when somebody clicks learn more, they can come down to this section, so they can go watch the video, and then if they come here, they can click learn more and come down to here. So we're just going to leave that for now. That's just a suggestion, and we can add another buy now button here. So we go products, and there we go. So we're really enticing the customer in to come and buy this product. So let's have a look how this looks on a mobile as well. I think the store is looking really clean at the moment. So we've got watch the video, then we have all of the product benefits, then we have our video here, and then they can buy again. And we're just going to add one last final section. So we'll just click save. Make sure you save throughout, just in case. And the final section we're going to add is just going to be a slider. So let's get slideshow, and we'll add that. But we're not going to actually add a slideshow. We're just going to add one image to our slideshow. So we're going to go image slide, and we're going to remove content, and we're just going to have one image. So we'll go to image slide, select the image. Now this image, you have to make sure that it fits perfectly. So for me, this is the image that I want, because I think that looks really nice. That's going to just top off the whole website. So we're just going to use that one. Now make sure that you find an image that looks good, that fits in perfectly. So if I open this up, I think that kind of, like I said, just tops it off. It makes it look really clean, really nice. Maybe if I could make the section a little bit larger, that would be better, but this is okay for now. So we'll just select that, and then we're going to delete this, and we're going to delete this. So we just have the image on its own, and then finally we're just going to say get yours now, and we're just going to add a product, and there we go. So now let's just save that and have a look at how that looks. So we've got our product there. Let's see if we can just move the button, because I don't quite like it just in the middle here. So I'm just going to go up, and we're just going to say text alignment bottom left. And now we've got our button in the bottom left. That looks really cool. So now we can maybe actually add a sort of heading. So in destructed case, and we can say something like the ultimate in phone protection, our tagline. So we've used that up the top, and we used it down here as well. So we've got here, up here, the ultimate case for phone protection, and then we've got the ultimate in phone protection, or we can say the ultimate case for phone protection again, just to keep it consistent. And that's basically it. So we have completed our homepage. It really does look very good. So if we just scroll down here now, from the mind of a customer, they come on here, they can see the indestructible case. They can see, obviously this shows that it's waterproof, so that's kind of the first feature that we're showing to them. No more broken phones ever, the ultimate case for phone protection. Watch the video. They come down to the video and they can watch this. They can go over here and say why indestructible case and all of the different features and benefits that we're offering them. All of the images are very consistent. We're using the same fonts. Everything is the same size. Very clean. And then if we scroll down, we can see completely scratch proof, another benefit, and somebody can click buy now. And finally, we can see this large image, indestructible case, get yours now. And if we go on a mobile, we can just see everything looks brilliant. It even looks, now, see, this is the thing where you always need to double check everything for mobile, because this just does not look professional at all. So we're gonna have to change this. So what we're gonna have to do, where it says indestructible case like that, we're gonna have to change that, because we're gonna have to change this to, they don't have small, so we're just gonna have to say ultimate. Let's see if we can do this. Protection. Now that looks so much better. So if it doesn't work, as much as I would love to just have indestructible case here, if it doesn't work on a mobile, you just can't go with it. So indestructible case, if I've spelled that right, that's fine. You get the idea. The ultimate case for phone protection. Now that looks so much better, because when people see that words are getting cut off halfway through, like I said, doesn't look professional, and that is one of the main things that's going to help you make sales. So let's just have a look at, if we actually click on get yours now, it should bring us to here. So another thing that we need to do is upload our product images. We can keep some of these ones, but these ones with all of the different text on, we want to get rid of. And then we've got indestructible case, tax included. They can pick their color, they can pick what phone they want, and then down here we have our long description that we wrote earlier, which is basically just summing up everything that we already have on our homepage. By the time somebody gets here, they should want to purchase the product anyway. Over here they can basically just see, you know, everything again one last time before they buy it, and then they can see some of the features as well. If we open it out on here, wow, that looks really good. That looks really good. I'm really pleased with that. So what we're going to do next, we're just going to do some of the boring stuff. Firstly, we're going to create a logo. So I'm going to show you how to create a logo completely free. We're going to sort out the menu, and then we're just going to create some of the boring pages, such as the terms of service, the privacy policy, shipping and returns, and all of those different types of things that we need to create, because they are essential. We have done the fun part, which is creating the page, how it's going to look and everything like that, and we just need to upload some of our images to our product just to keep the consistency. So let's just head back to our Shopify dashboard, and then we're going to navigate to products, and we're just going to upload those images. Just before we forget, make sure everything is consistent before your store goes live. You need to double check everything. So we're going to scroll down, and we're just going to delete some of these. So we'll delete this one. Some of them you can keep if you think that they're okay, but obviously the ones that we sent off, ideally we want to use the ones we've got back. So we're just going to delete some of these. Delete this one. And this one. And just one more. Two more after that. The camera one and the airsoft protection. So we'll just delete this one. And finally, we are going to delete this one. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to add images, and we are going to use the ones from here. So we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one. Perfect. So they are just uploading. So whilst they're uploading, we're just going to scroll down, and we're just going to have a look at this search engine listing here, because this is something that we actually really need to kind of improve generally, because this can help to gain some traffic from Google and Bing and places like that. So we're just going to go edit website SEO, and we are actually just going to copy something from our product description. So their images are all uploaded now, so that's perfect. So we're just going to do this. Just going to copy this, and we're going to see what we can fit into here. So page title is fine, we'll leave that the same. So they've already kind of done it for us. So really what we need to do is, you need to make sure it's less than 320 characters, because you want your customer to be able to read it. So the indestructible case, the ultimate casing phone protection with an ultra thin crystal clear fill for your phone will appear as though it's in original form, showcasing its full beauty, the airbag cushion. So we need to try and cut this down, and this is mainly about listing features, because we want to get as many keywords in there as we can. So if somebody types in ultra thin phone case, then our phone case might come up on Google. So ultra thin crystal clear fill for your phone. So we'll just get rid of this. showcasing its full beauty. Airbag cushion edge eases edges, and we'll just say ease impact. Then we'll say completely scratch proof. Shatterproof and waterproof. Shop today. We'll say get your indestructible case today. And that's it. We'll just save that, and that looks so much better. So when someone's actually reading it, we have some good keywords in there like scratch proof, shatterproof, waterproof, ultra thin, crystal clear, airbag cushions. So somebody searches those in. We've got case, phone case in there a few times. And then we've done all of our product images. They've all been uploaded. Now you do need to make sure that they're all the same size. So like I recommended earlier, 400 by 400 pixels. Now some of the ones over here are default from AliExpress, so they might not be 400 by 400. So if we just go to view, we can actually see if they are 400 by 400. So they're generally all the same size. So then you can actually see, here we go. So we've got these big ones, and then you click onto my ones, which are 400 by 400. It goes a bit smaller. To be honest, that's nothing too major. You know, if you can, try and make them as consistent as you can, but if you can't, then don't worry about it. That's okay. We can live with that. So the next thing we want to do is, so we've saved this. Next thing we're going to do is actually just change our menu. With a one product dropshipping store, you don't really need a menu. You can maybe add just the product to the menu if you want to. So that's something that we can do. But generally you don't need a home and a catalog button. So we're going to get rid of those. So just click on online store again. And now we're going to click on navigation. Then we're going to go to our main menu, and we're going to delete these, so just remove them. And like I said, we can add a menu item, so we can just say indestructible case, and we can just paste in the link. We'll navigate to the link of our product, and if we save this, now we can preview our store and just see how that looks. See, to me, that looks a little bit bare. I don't really see the point of that there, seeing as we have so many other calls to action on our website to get people to purchase the product. I think this kind of brings the store down a little bit. So I'm actually just going to delete this. We're going to save this, and we're just going to have the clean menu, nothing on it. So just like this. That looks really good. I don't see, like I said, the need to have that there. I think it brings the aesthetics of the website down, which in general is going to stop people from trusting your store. We have enough buttons on here. You could even change this one to buy now, depending on how much information you have on your site. We have enough buttons on the store to make people go over to the product page. So we've done our menu. Next up, we're going to create a logo. So in order to create a logo, we're going to go back to Canva. We don't need anything too crazy, too outlandish. You want just something that's pretty basic, pretty simple. If you can create a cool logo, you know, if you want to do a little bit more, then I'd say go for it, but don't get hung up on your logo. It's really not that important, as long as it looks clean and professional. So we're just going to do custom dimensions again. This time, let's try something like 265 by 65. Let's just try that. So if we just click here and click create new design, and we should have a nice area to create a logo. So that's perfect. So what we're going to do is we are going to get some text, and then we're going to add a subheading, and we're just going to say indestructible case. So that's fine. Then we're going to make this the same font again, keeping the consistency. I know I keep saying it, it's probably getting pretty boring now, but it's really important. And then we're just going to make it this size. Then what you want to do is just drag it into the middle. There we go. So you can do something like this if you just want to fancy it up a little bit. So we're going to head over to our online store, and we're going to just get that red color. I'm going to add that red color to our logo. So let's just find that color. So if we go to customize and then theme settings and colors, and then if we go to sell price and we copy this color here, so the red color, then we head back over to Canva, we click on this, and we can just add a color, and we can just paste that color in here. See, now it's made the whole thing that color, so you can't just do a small section of it. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to just delete this. We'll make this black again, and then we can drag this over here. Then we can just copy this, and with this part we can say case, and we can drag this section. So let's just make it a bit smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. We can drag this section over here. Perfect. Then we can make this the red. So it's something like that. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, so just keep playing around with it until you find something that you think suits your website. So let's maybe just push this over. We can always do a bit of trial and error. So if we want to make this a bit more bold, we can go from Montserrat full bold, extra bold. Let's see how that looks. I think that's going to look a lot better. So we'll go for Montserrat extra bold. I think that looks way better. So much better. So now what we can do is we can literally just download that. So we'll just download our Indestructor case. Then we can head over to a website called LunaPick. This step isn't really necessary if you have a white header like I do, because the logo is going to have a white background anyway. But if you do want to remove the background, we can just click upload. So we'll upload a file, and we'll choose a file, and we'll just go to our downloads, and we should see our Indestructor case picture in here. There it is, Indestructor case. So we'll just upload that, and then if we go to edit, we can say transparent background, and we can just click on the background, and there we go. We have a transparent background. So let's just say you are using a sort of gray header, maybe gray or black even, and you didn't want to have a white box around your logo, because once again that doesn't look very clean, professional, trustworthy. Like I keep mentioning, you can just remove the background like this. So now what we want to do, we want to go file and save image, and then we can just do save as a PNG, and that is going to download. So now we can just upload our logo. So we have our logo ready. So let's just go back to our store. So let's just click here. So now what we can do is, let's go to sections, header, select an image, upload an image, and it should be this one here. So you've just downloaded it. It should be in your downloads. It's usually image edit something something. So we'll just upload that. And now we have our Indestructor case logo. It's a little bit small, so we're obviously going to want to make it a bit bigger. So we can just drag this up to 250. There we go. That looks great. So maybe you might want to think about making it a little bit bigger. So in this instance, you can just come over to Canva and you can create, maybe make this a bit bigger, maybe 300 by 100 might be a little bit better for the sizing. It just depends on your website, because if we go like this now, I think for me that looks nice and clean. But if you want to have a bit of a bigger logo, then just create a bigger area on your Canva palette. And then if we go to here, we can see Indestructor case. If we click on this, we've got nothing because we don't have a menu, but we don't need it. That's okay. So we're just going to click save. And now that we've done our logo, we are going to create some of the other pages for our website. So let's head back to our Shopify dashboard. And the first page we are going to create is the refunds page. So the refunds and returns page. So what we'll do, we'll just go to pages, and we'll click add page. And we're going to call this returns and refunds. Now I've just copied something from another website, but this is basically what you want to do. Thank you for shopping with us. So just make that a heading 2. And then if you do need to make a return exchange, you're welcome to do so within 30 days, and I've just bolded that. You can put that down to 14 days, I think, legally. So if you want to just narrow it down, you can, but a lot of websites are offering 30-day returns now, so it's kind of the expectation, but it's totally down to you. So we'll just change that for 14 just for the purpose of the tutorial. And then all returned items must be sent back unopened, unused, and in the original condition. We reserve the right to refuse a refund or exchange. Please note, if it has been over 14 days, then we're unable to accept your return. So that's fine. And then we will refund items if they are damaged when received. Please send us a picture of the item. Then just put your email address. Please don't use a Gmail, an Outlook. Please get a professional email address. I have done a tutorial about 1 year ago about how to get a free professional email address, but everything is still the same. So go and watch that tutorial about how to get a professional email address, because it's just going to make your store look so much more trustworthy, and people are more likely to purchase just based on the fact that they know if something does go wrong, they can contact you, and you are a proper, legitimate website that's selling something. And one of our customer service team members will get back to you within 2 working days. Adjust this to however quickly you think that you can get back to your customer. You can do 3, you can do 4, but just make it clear how long they are going to wait until they receive a reply regarding their refund or their return. So I just highlight this and I make it center align, because that's what I like. When you do that, sometimes the formatting changes, so you might have to highlight this again and just make it heading 2 again. And one more thing, we want to edit the website SEO, because we don't want all this weird bulk in here. So we will just change this to, you can find out more information regarding our returns and refunds on our returns page. And that's fine. We will just save that. So if we very quickly preview this, and there we go, we have our returns and refunds page. One last thing that I did not mention, I actually added a hyperlink to this, so when somebody clicks on it, they can go and send an email straight away. So the way to do that is very simple. You just highlight it, and then you just click this little link, so edit link, and you can just paste in the link you want. So I've gone for contact@indestructorcase.com, so that's totally fine. So if we just get rid of this, and we can just say contact@indestructorcase.com. So just enter in your email in there, click new window. So this is not a real email address, but if it is, just put the link in there and we can just edit the link. So that's perfectly fine, or wherever it is, you can just press insert link and just enter in your email address in there. So if I was just to say Elliot@outlook.com, and just make sure it opens in a new window, so it will open up their Outlook or their Gmail or whatever. If they're on a mobile, it will probably go straight to their whatever app they're using for their email to send you an email. So that's fine. We've done that. So we have our returns and refunds page, which is really important because people want to know that if something goes wrong, they can have a return and a refund. So what we're going to do next, we're going to create a contact page. So if we just go to pages and we go to add page again, and we're going to call this one contact us, and we'll save that. And now very quickly, we're going to go over to our online store, because before we add our contact form, we want everything to look consistent again. So we just need to get the colors for our buttons. So I'll just go over to theme settings, colors, and I'll just copy this again. And now we will head back, and we're going to install an app that allows us to add a contact form to our contact page. So we'll just go to apps, and we'll go to visit Shopify App Store, and then we're going to install an app. So just type in contact form, and click on that. And the one you're going to want to install is this easy contact form. It's totally free. And then we're just going to go add app, and install app. Then it will take a few moments to install, and once it's installed we can create our form and embed it into our Shopify store. So just give it a little moment longer. There are some other paid and premium contact forms that you can use, but if you're on a tighter budget, then maybe you just want to go for the free one to begin with. So perfect. So here we go. We have our contact form. You can enter in your recipient email address. So when somebody tries to contact you, which email address is it going to go to? Like I was mentioning earlier, if you do want a professional email address, then you can just enter that in here, indestructicase.com, or whatever email address you're using, just put it in here. So when somebody submits the contact form, it's going to come to here. Then we can edit the fields. So we've got your name, your email address, your message. So maybe within the your message area, we can enter in something like, we will try to get back to you within 2 working days. So that's kind of setting the expectation to the customer that when they contact us, once again, they know how long they're going to wait until they receive something back. So then we can customize the form. So I don't recommend using backgrounds. I think it looks a bit tacky. That's my personal opinion. So I'm just gonna go for a plain white background. Or you can upload your own image if you go for the premium version of Zotabox. But to be honest, at the moment, I don't think it's that important. So then we can change the button color. So this is why I copied that button color from earlier. So everything is consistent. And then we have our contact form and the thank you message. So once they actually submit the form, what are they going to receive? So thank you for contacting us. Your message has been submitted and we will be in touch as soon as possible. So that's fine as well. It's pretty much reiterating the same thing that we've already mentioned. Now, unfortunately, there is a very limited range of fonts that you can use for your contact form. So try and use something that's as close to the fonts they're using. So on my website, I am using Garamond, luckily. But if you're using a font that is not available here, then just pick one that's similar or just kind of unnoticeable. So sans serif is kind of just blends in with any website. So maybe just go for that. So I'm just going to go for Garamond. And then we're going to customize the tab. So the tab is this little thing here. So this is also going to show up on our website so people can click on that. So we can go for left or we can go for right. I think I'm going to go for right. Then we can change the color of the tab again. So we're going to change it to that red color again. Then we can go for flat, bordered, whatever you like. It doesn't really matter. There's loads of different styles. Tab text size. So do you want it small? Do you want it big? Wherever you want. We're just going to go for like average 17, and we can add an image on there. I don't really think once again that looks that great. Looks a bit tacky. It's just big as well, you know. Maybe if we made that a bit smaller, but no, I'm just going to go for tab text. Or if you really want, you can just get rid of the tab. So to be honest with you, I actually like my store without a tab. So I think I'm just going to go for that. Then just make this large. So we're going to go for a large size one. So we've done that. We'll just click save. And then we can go to embed form. What you're going to do is we're going to copy this piece of code here. Then we will head back to our Shopify dashboard. Go to pages again. Then we're going to go to contact us. And what you're going to do, you're going to click on show HTML and we're going to just paste that in there. Perfect. And we will save that. And once again, we'll just edit the website SEO. So let's edit this. Contact us. Feel free to contact us regarding any issue you may have or for more information on our products. There we go. So if you really want to try and get your brand name up on Google and get it ranked within Google, you can put your brand name in here as well. So you could say, please feel free to contact indestructible case regarding any issue you may have or more information on our products. Because now when Google sees this, people are going to type it in and it's going to push it higher on the Google rankings for that word. And obviously you want your brand name to come up within Google when people are searching it. So that's fine. Let's view the page and hopefully that's all come out okay. Okay, so perhaps we need to try and add the code in again. So let's just try that again. Sometimes it doesn't always work first time. You have to play around with these things to try and get them to work. So we're just going to try that again. Just going to paste that in there and we'll save it again. And hopefully this time around, when we view our page, it should come up. Okay, I think what we actually need to do, go back over to here and we need to make sure that the contact form is turned on. So turn that to on and click save. So if you ever do get any little problems with Shopify, it's usually something really simple. Just go through, don't panic, and do a little bit of troubleshooting and a little bit of digging, and you will come to the issue. It's, like I said, it's usually something really simple. So just press on. Now we can get rid of this, and we will save this, and let's view it now. And there we go. So our contact form is finally showing up. So that's great. So now people can just type in anything they want and it will come straight to us. So we've got our contact us page and we have our returns and refunds page. So now we just need to create a terms of service and a privacy policy, and then we're going to add those to the links in the footer. So let's go back. We'll get rid of this. So the next page we want to create. So we'll go to pages and we're going to go to add page. And we're going to create a privacy policy. And we'll just save that. So now we need to actually go and just get a privacy policy generated for our page that we can paste in here. So all we need to do is open up a new tab and type in Shopify privacy policy generator. Then click on the first link that comes up. And we're going to scroll down. We can just say I'll skip the free trial, so just tick that, and then we're going to enter in our company name, so indestructible case, and our email address. So this is the email address that your privacy policy will be sent to. So mine was Shopify phone outlook.com, and then enter in your address. So this is the address of your company. So basically you want this address to match up with your returns address. So we'll just enter in this address. And then your country, of course, your city. So we can just say London. We'll change this to United Kingdom. And we can just change this to, if London is here, the city of London. And then, of course, just enter in your website name. So I'll just enter in .com. And all we need to do then is send my privacy policy. So a link to your privacy policy is being emailed. So all you need to do is head over to your email address and you will see your privacy policy is ready. So just click on that email and then just go to get your privacy policy now. So just click on that link within the email, and then what we need to do then is just click copy to clipboard, and that is it. So just make sure you have a read through the privacy policy just so you understand everything that is included in here, and just to make sure that nothing is incorrect, because you don't want your privacy policy to be incorrect. So for example, you can see here in contact us, it has this email address. So that is the email address I wanted my privacy policy sent to, but that's not the email address I want my customers to contact me on. So I'm going to change this to contact@indestructicase.com. Okay, so now what we want to do, we'll scroll back to the top and click copy to clipboard. Then we're going to head back to our Shopify dashboard. on our privacy policy page, and we will just paste this in here. And it's that simple. Now we can scroll to the top just to make sure we've got everything in there, and we can make this. So firstly, let's align everything to the center, because that's how I like my pages to be. So we will just highlight everything, and then we can go alignment, center align, and we'll just bring this down a bit, and then we can highlight this one, and we're just going to make this heading 2, and then we're just going to do the SEO again. So we'll edit the website SEO. So we'll just say find out how we protect your privacy and use your data, or we'll say keep your data, because obviously you don't want to think that you're using your customers' data, and keep your data. And then we'll just click save, and once we've saved that, we'll just preview that page just to make sure everything is looking correct. So let's have a look, and there we go, we have our privacy policy. See, it's looking a little bit messy, so we're going to go back in, and we're just going to add some spaces between these certain areas. And also, as you can see, so if we get rid of this, let's go in. So we're going to make all of these headings. So this is going to be a heading 2. So these are the little things that you need to do for your site just to make it look a bit more professional. So we've done that. Insert description of other types of tracking technologies used. So anything like this where it's asking you to insert something, if you know that you're not using it on your site, then we can just delete it. So we've got that. Insert any other payment methods accepted. So if you do happen to add an extra payment method onto your website, then you can add that in here. So including credit cards, numbers, and we'll just get rid of that because we've got email address, phone number, etc. So we can delete that. Insert any other information you collect. So we'll just delete that. So obviously, as time goes by, you'll be more aware of anything that extra you might collect from your customers. So make sure to add it in here. So we're going to make this one a heading 2. As a matter of fact, you can actually make all of these heading 3s, just because the top one is a heading 2. So we don't want them to be too big. So this is going to be a heading 3. And then keep scrolling, insert any other uses of order information. So other than for their order, there's not really anything. So this pretty much covers it. Insert any other uses of device information. So we don't need to do that. Then we're going to change this one here to a heading 3 again. So you just have to make sure that your website looks nice and clean. So include use of remarketing or targeting, so we can get rid of this. Then we're going to make this one a heading 3. So I know this is probably the most boring part of the tutorial, but like I said, it's a very essential part of running your website. So include opt-out links. So we're just going to get rid of this as well. Get rid of that. And then this is going to be another heading, heading 3. Please note, we do not alter our site's data collection, so that's very important. Then include if located, so we don't need to worry about that. Your rights, heading 3, and data retention. So we're going to do this one. So you get the idea, but I just want to do all of them so I can show you exactly what the page will look like once it's done. We don't have any age restrictions, so that's fine. So actually we can just get rid of this whole area here. And then changes. So if there's any changes to the privacy policy, it will be shown here. Of course, there will be changes over time due to laws being changed and things like that. And finally, so I think we can bring this one. No, we can't. And finally, we have contact us. So sorry, let me just change this one again to a heading 3. And then we will see how the page looks. So let's just put a space there. And finally, contact us is going to be a heading 3. Okay, so hopefully everything now will look a lot more clean. So let's save that and we'll preview that page now. So let's scroll up, view the page. Perfect. That looks so much better, so much more clean, so much more professional. People can actually come on here and read the privacy policy if need be, whereas before it was just looked very mumbled and jumbled up. So we have our privacy policy done. So let's get rid of this. And next we're going to do a terms of service. So we'll go to pages and we will add a page. And this one is going to be our terms of service page. So terms of service. And then we will head back over here and we will type in Shopify terms and conditions generator. It's essentially the same thing. So click on the first link, scroll down, skip the free trial, enter in the exact same stuff. So in destructive case, I'm really struggling with the spelling of this now, and then enter in your email, and then enter in your address again, and your postcode or your zip code, and your country, city, and then your website, of course. So you can see I'm not spelling this correctly now, but that's perfectly fine. And then send my terms and conditions. Head back over here again, refresh your inbox. Should come through in a second. So let's just try refreshing that again. So sometimes the email doesn't come through immediately, but then we can just have a look over here. So sometimes, like I said before, things don't always work out as they should. So we'll head back to the privacy policy generator and we will try it again. Perhaps I put in the incorrect email address. Yes, I have. So it's shopifyphone@outlook.com. So we'll do that again. And we will refresh it again. So this time, there we go. So your terms and conditions policy is ready. So we'll just click on that. And then you just click on the link again. Get your terms and conditions now. So let's just have a read through this very quickly, very briefly. We can see it has all of the different sections that need to be covered by a terms of service. So that's really good. Now, I'm going to rush through this section a little bit more because I don't want this tutorial to become very boring, but essentially you're going to copy it, you're going to paste it in here again, and you're going to do the exact same process as before. So we are going to grab all of this and then we are going to just center align it. And like I said before, just have a read through, make sure everything's correct. So I already know right at the bottom of this, this is the incorrect email once again. So I would change this again to indestructicase.com. And once again, you just want to change all of these to heading 3s so that they match up like before, and just put some spaces in. So I'm not going to do it all over again because, like I said, it's very tedious, very boring for a tutorial. But that's exactly what you want to do to make it look how your privacy policy looks. Nice, clean, and trustworthy. And then we're just going to change this. So please read our terms of service for more information. So we'll save that, and that's done. So that's a quick and easy way of how you can get your terms of service and privacy policy. And finally, the next page we are going to add is the shipping page, because this one's really important. Obviously, people want to know how long they're going to wait for shipping. So we have contact us, returns and refunds, and the privacy and terms of service. So now we're just going to add a page. and we are going to call this one shipping and delivery, and just hit save. And now we are just going to add some text to this. So I've just got some text here that I've pasted in, and we're just going to say, in destruct case, or whatever your product name is, ships to all major North American and European countries, as well as Australia and New Zealand, because you can ship. So just double check on AliExpress to make sure that it does ship. So if I just go on here and I say ship my order to, let's find Australia for example, we can see it does ship to Australia, so that's perfectly fine. Or let's just say the United Kingdom, and it also ships there. So we can say that, and we can add some estimates, but generally we want to mainly stick maybe to the country we're targeting. So if you are targeting the US, then you would stick to that, and just make sure you add this in here. Not that anyone from North Korea, Sudan, Syria, Cuba, or Iran will ever try and order something from your website, but just to make things clear. So you can find our estimated shipping times for each country below. This is a really great way to do it, because you are setting out clear from the beginning with your customer how long the shipping is going to take. But something that you might want to add in is over here. So you can say, in destruct case, has many warehouses in various different countries. We aim to ship from the warehouse closest to the country of your order. So that's basically just starting off by saying that if it doesn't ship from their country, then it may ship from another country, which is why it's going to take so long. Then we will get rid of this actually, and we're just going to say processing time for each order. So make sure you have a look at your actual product. So let me change this back to, so it is on United States. So 20 to 39 days. So if we just add a 4-day processing time, and then we can say 16 to 35 days. So we will just say, we'll go back to here. Processing time for each order is 4 working days, or you can say business days. And items generally arrive within 16 to 20 business days. And then we can just say, in rare cases, it can take up to 35 days for items to arrive. If you wait longer than 25 business days, please give us an email and we shall find out the whereabouts of your order. So what we're basically saying there is, because most AliExpress products generally do arrive between the 20 to 25 day mark. They say 39 days, but not all of them arrive on 39 days, especially when you have a good supplier. So you can see this supplier score is 100%, which I find from the Ali Dropship plugin. So this is probably a very reliable supplier. So 39 days is more of just a cover. And we're also saying 35 days plus the 4 days processing time, which is 39, also as a cover. So what you can say is it can take up to 35 days. Like I said, if it does take longer, then you can say just send us an email. It feels nicer for the customer to know that they can send you an email and they'll receive something. But generally they will receive their product before that anyway, within this sort of time frame. So just send us an email at contact@indestructicase.com. oneproductdropshipping.com, and we shall find out the whereabouts of your order. And that's basically it. So we can do this once again, center a line, and then we can just say shipping and delivery, and then we'll just make this heading 2, and we'll save that, and that's perfect. So we will just edit the website SEO again. So once again, you might want to just add in your brand name in here so it ranks within Google. So we'll just say instructor case, find out more about instructor cases shipping and delivery times on our shipping page, and we just save that. And now we can just preview that page, and there we go, perfect. Looks nice and clean. We might want to just add another space in here, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to tap that down, and then because I copied this, I'm just going to make that into a bullet point. There we go, and we'll just add some spaces in just to make it look a little bit more professional. And we just add another space in there, and sorry, one more in there. So that's perfect. We'll just save that for the last time, and then we'll just view that page now. Let's just see how that looks. Okay, that's perfect. So we have our shipping and delivery page. We are clearly stating how long it's going to take, and we can actually take this if you really want to be very upfront with your customers, and you can put this within your product description as well. So if we just add this to here, go to our product description, and we're just going to chop this up a little bit. We're just going to add some spaces in. So we'll just tap this down and bring that down there, so that looks much nicer. And then we can just put this in bold. Cases generally arrive within 16 to 20 business days. Please allow 4 business days for processing. And you can put this in bold. You don't have to, but it may just save you time in the future answering customer emails if you're just upfront with how long it's going to take. So we'll just save this, and let's have a look at how this looks as well. So we'll just save that, and then we will view this. So we have our instructor case, and then we just have that there. See, now everybody knows when they're purchasing the case how long it's going to take to arrive. So that's perfect. So we've pretty much done everything for our store. Next up, all we need to do is add those pages to our footer. So we'll just go to online store, go to navigation, then we'll head over to footer, and we're just going to add some things in here. So we're going to add shipping and delivery, and then we'll just go pages and shipping and delivery, add that in there. Then we'll add the next one, which is going to be returns and refunds, and then we'll just go to pages, returns and refunds, and we'll just add that in there. And then we will add in our privacy policy. So we'll just add this one in here. So we'll go to link, pages. So you get the general idea. It's very simple. And then we'll add the contact us one. Contact us. And once again, pages, contact us. Add that one in there. And finally, our terms of service. So we can say, or you can call it terms and conditions. It's totally up to you. I'll just call it terms of service, just to keep the consistency with the website. They both basically mean the same thing. Terms of service, add that in there, and then we'll just delete this search. I don't see the point of having a search in there. And then you might want to you can just grab this and just put it in the order of importance. So I would say that's the order of importance. Then we're going to save that menu, and we can just head over and just preview it. So if we just open up our online store, we should be able to see that in the footer menu now. If we scroll to the bottom, and we see we have all of our quick links here. So that's really good. So next, what we want to do, we are just going to change some of this stuff in the footer just to make it look a little bit nicer and a little bit more trustworthy. So let's head back over to our Shopify dashboard, and we'll go to themes, and we'll just click on customize. And then we're just going to customize our footer. So if we just scroll and we click on footer, and then we go to quick links, and we're just going to call this help. So that's very easy, quick links for people to find everything out. And then we're going to get rid of this, talk about our business area. So just remove the content of that. You can keep the newsletter if you want to. It's not really necessary for a one product dropshipping store because there's not much kind of things that you could promote through email, but we can just keep that in just in case. And we'll just bring that above here. So we've just got finally our newsletter, and then we've got all of the quick links. So let's just save that and have a look at how that looks on a full screen. So let's have a look. And there we go. So we've got help, all of the different areas here. Now we might want to add another element to our footer. So sometimes just have a look at the different stuff that you can add in here. So you could add another menu. So we could split these up into different menus if you really wanted to. So that's something that you might want to consider doing, because that actually looks a lot better. So let me just quickly show you how you can do that. So if we just go to navigation and we create a new menu, so this could be called footer menu 2. So we'll just add another menu, and we'll just call this footer menu 2, and we just save this menu. And now we can just add our privacy policy and our terms of service. So if we say privacy policy, and we add our privacy policy in here, and this is what a lot of big websites do, they kind of split them up. And this one is going to be terms of service, and we just add our terms of service in here. So we just click add again and just save that. And now if we head back to navigation and we go to our other footer menu, we can delete them from here. So we would delete the privacy policy from here and the terms of service from here. We'll save that, and then we'll head back to our online store. So we'll just go to themes again and customize. So let's customize this. And if we just scroll down to our footer again, we can go and add that in there. So let's just go to footer, and we're going to add some content, and we're going to add a menu, and this one is going to be footer menu 2. So we'll just change this, go footer menu 2, select, and then we can just change this to information. And if we save that, that's going to look really clean. And now if we go over here onto our mobile version, we can see we've got help and all of the help, different tabs that they can click on, and then we have information. So that's perfect. Our site is done. It's almost ready to go, to be honest with you. There's a few last things that we're going to do to finish off the tutorial. We're going to add some apps in that will help us make more sales, and then I'll quickly show you how we can connect a domain name. So if we just click back on the Shopify dashboard, and now we're just going to add some apps that will help improve our store and hopefully make some more sales. So just click on apps, and the first app that we're going to add is going to be a currency converter. So we're going to visit the Shopify App Store, and once the Shopify App Store loads, just search for currency converter. And then we are going to install this auto currency switcher. So there are a few other options for currency converters. The paid ones obviously do offer a better service, but if you're just starting out, you might want to go for something free. So we are going to go for the auto currency switcher, which is a free plan. So just click on add app. And then it's just going to ask you for some permissions for your Shopify store. So just click on install app. And then we're just going to install the free version. And once it loads, you will be brought to this screen, which is basically a very quick setup. It's really easy to set up. So all you need to do is just copy this here. So just this first part. Then head back over to your Shopify dashboard, and we're going to paste that piece of code into an area under our settings. So just click on settings and then go to general. And then if you scroll down, we can go to store currency and change formatting. And then all we're going to do is just paste that piece of code in here. So span class equals money. Then if we go back to here, we're just going to grab this span tag just to finish that off, and we're just going to put that around here. And then we're going to do the same for the below part. So we'll just grab that, put it around the HTML one, and we'll just grab that and put it around this one, and we're just going to click save. And there we go, it is saved. So now if we click back to the auto currency setup, you can see that it has set everything up and gone to the next step, which is perfect. So from here, we can now decide where we want our currency app to show. So do you want it in the left bottom corner? So I like mine to be in the right top corner. And you can put some spacing if you want to. So all you need to do now is you can click on view store and you will see your currency app. So just give it a moment to load. And you got here in the top left corner our currency app. So if I actually just go onto buy now, and we can actually just change the currency. So if I was to change that to US dollars, we can see it changes it automatically. Canadian dollars, Australian dollars, euros. So all of the different currencies, the main currencies that you're going to use when you are targeting people. So that is the first app. Really easy setup, and it's a really important app to have, because when you're targeting people from different countries, they can change it to whatever country they're in and see how much your product is going to cost them. So the next app we're going to add is going to be a sales timer. So let's get rid of this, and we'll head back to our Shopify dashboard and click on apps. And then we're going to visit the Shopify App Store again. And then this app we're going to download, I believe is called, let me type it in, Ultimate Sales. It may be Ultimate Sales Boost. Let's have a look. Yes, so Ultimate Sales Boost. So we're going to install this app. And this is basically an urgency app. So it kind of gives your customer the feel there's only a few products left. Get it within this time before they're all gone. So we're going to install this app. So this is a really great way to create urgency with your customers. It's going to encourage them to purchase quickly, so they're not waiting around. So we'll install this app. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to select a template. So there's loads of different templates that you can choose. So advanced inventory countdown. But the one we're going to go for today is going to be this flash sale one. So let's select this flash sale template. And in order for this to work, your product has to be on sale. So if you noticed earlier in the video, I actually had my product when I was entering the prices into Oberlo. I made sure that this product was on sale. So I'll show you after how we can put our product on sale. So we're going to, you can just name your campaign. It doesn't really matter. This is not going to show on your website. So next up, you can say where you want this to apply. So we can have it on the featured product on the homepage, but we don't have anything on our homepage. So you can leave that ticked or unticked. It doesn't really matter. And then you can have it as a sales countdown timer or image label. I actually really like the image label, so I think I'm going to do it as that. And then also apply to product pages. So of course, we definitely want that ticked. So now we're just going to change this new arrival to ends soon. And then you can decide where you want it. So top left, top center, top right. So I think I'm just going to leave it with top right, and obviously if you want it square or round, doesn't really matter. That's down to your personal preference. And then you can change the colors. So of course you want it to match the colors on your website. So I'm just going to open up the website again, just to get that red color that we've been using throughout. I probably should have saved it somewhere so I could just use it very quickly, but that's okay. I'll just very quickly get this. So this sale price here, and we'll just copy this, and we'll head back over to here. So now we're just going to paste this in here. So it's going to be like a kind of double red. So that looks actually really nice. So then you can obviously change the size that you want to have it as, but I think that's fine. We're just going to leave it like that. And then some of this stuff is only if you purchase the premium version of this app. So you can't use all of the features, but as we said, the kind of free stuff that you get with it is pretty good when you're first starting off. So let's just keep going. Now we have our countdown timer. So it's going to say sale ends in. I would just put this up maybe to 1 hour and 30 minutes. So they've got an hour and a half to think about the countdown. So that's obviously 90. There we go, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So that's perfect. Then what happens when it reaches 0? Well, just let it restart. That's perfectly fine. Then we're going to change this to obviously the red again, just to keep it consistent. And you can change the text color as well, and you can change how big you want it. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller, just because I don't want the website to look tacky. And then you can add the trust badges if you want. To be honest with you, it's totally down to you. I don't personally really like them, but we can add them in just to see how they look. So we'll have the Visa one, we'll have the Visa Debit, Visa Electron, MasterCard, PayPal. You know, you've got Shopify Pay, we have Stripe, Apple Pay. So there's loads of different things that you can add. Don't add too many trust badges, because it ends up just taking over a lot of space on your product page, and you don't want to divert your customers' attention. So for now, I'm actually just going to leave them off, but if you want to add them on, that's totally up to you. And then you can just do if it aligns to left or center. So that's totally down to you as well, your own personal preference. Just test it out and see what you think looks the best. I like align to left. And then we have this checkout booster as well. So when they actually add it to the cart, we'll say make sure you check out so we don't run out. So that's something really cool to have as well. I would just leave that at the default 15 minutes and display the message, and we can just say actually restart at countdown. So we're just going to leave that. So you can do display a message, so once it goes below 15 minutes, you say check out now to avoid losing your deal. Actually, that's a really good thing to have, so we're going to leave that one. And then we're just going to change this color again. So to be honest with you, try and make things really clean. I actually really like this default red color that comes with it, so I might just use this for the checkout stuff. So let me just go up and change this, and we can always test out and see how it looks. So we'll just add it to this as well, because it's a little bit more subtle. So let's scroll down, and then finally you can decide where you actually want it to show. So I'm just going to have it showing on all pages, and then if you scroll down you can choose the font. So I'm just going to go for Montserrat font, because that's the one I've been using throughout. And like I said, you can actually pick where it applies. So apply to all products, apply to all countries, apply to all customers, and things like that. So if we click save now and just say got it, and you will see that your campaign is now running. So if we scroll down, we'll see this active my flash sale boost. So now if we just preview this, and let's go to buy now and see how it looks. It may just take a little moment to load, but now we have this sale ends in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So that's just adding some urgency, and what we need to actually do is head back, go to our products, and actually add this product to make sure that it's on sale. So let's just go here, and we're going to make this product on sale. So we'll just scroll down, and if we go to the variants, this is where you can make your product on sale. So earlier on, when I actually entered in all of the prices, you can enter in the wrong way around. So the compared at price always has to be higher, and then the sale price has to be lower. So if you put this one as $25.99 and this one as $15.99, obviously the sale price isn't going to show. So make sure you go through all of your variants, and this price has to be lower than the compared at price, and then your product will show on sale. So I've gone through and I've edited all of these to make sure that this is lower than this. So now if we preview this store and we actually go to purchase it, so let's just click on buy now, we should see that this is now on sale, and we can see that sale ends in 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that's just going to reset once it reaches 0. Now another little quick thing I don't think that we turned on, we're just going to go back to apps and back to our Ultimate Boost app, and then we'll go to our campaign. So if you do want to edit the campaign, just to change the colors and things, you can just click on edit, and once we are brought to here, we can actually turn on the stock inventory as well. So if we just scroll down and go turn on stock inventory number, and hopefully I still can copy this red, and we're going to change this to something fairly low, like 47, just to increase the urgency once again. So we'll scroll down and we'll click save, and we're just going to go and have a look at how that all looks now. So if we go over here and we scroll down, we can click on buy now, and we can see that our item is on sale, and we can see the sale ends soon, and maybe perhaps we need to save that again because our stock inventory app is not showing. So let's just try that again. And as I said, sometimes things on Shopify, they don't always work first time, so you need to just test them out a little bit until you can get them working every single time. So let's have a look. It should all be okay. We will save it again, and we'll try refreshing the page. So hopefully that should work. And in some cases, when things don't work, you may need to just contact the Shopify developers, because they can always help you out as well. They have really good service. So for some reason, this one isn't working, but that's okay, don't worry about it. As I mentioned, you can do some more trial and error, and you can always contact a Shopify expert. Obviously, I would do some more trial and error, but for the purpose of speeding up the tutorial, we're just going to have a look at how this looks once we actually add it to the cart as well. So if we click add to cart, and we can see over here that our checkout within 15 minutes, so we don't run out of stock message, is also showing. So that's really good. That kind of increases the customer to try and purchase as quickly as they can. So that's good. We have that app up and running now as well, so we can get rid of this. And the next app that we are going to install, so we're just going to click on apps again, is going to be an abandoned cart recovery app, which sends emails out to our customers. This is going to be the final app that we're going to install as part of the tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to create a discount code that you can send out to your customers who have abandoned their cart. So let's just click on discounts, and we are going to set up a discount code. So we'll go create discount, and we're just going to create a 15% discount code. So we'll just go 15 off. You can call it whatever you want. So we're just going to call it 15 off. It's going to be a 15% discount off of the entire order, because we're only selling one product, so it doesn't really matter. There's no minimum requirement. There's no specific group. We can limit the number of discounts that can be used. So I'm going to limit to 1 per customer. And then start date is going to be, let's just say today. It doesn't really matter as long as you have it, and just don't set an end date. This can run forever. So we'll save this discount. So remember, the discount code is 15 off. Now we are going to install our cart recovery. So we'll go back over to apps, and we'll go to visit Shopify App Store, and we're going to install a cart recovery app. So let's just type in cart recovery, and we are going to install this Care Cart Abandon Recovery. It's a free app. So once again, some of the paid apps do work a little bit better, but when you're starting off, you don't want to invest too much. So we will just start off with the free app. So we'll just add this app, and what we're going to do, it's going to ask us to enter in some information. So we will install the app, and then we'll enter in our information. So it's going to ask us to enter in the email that we want these to be sent from. So we're just going to say configure. And so you can see here the sender name. So you've got to make sure that that's your brand name or your domain name. So Indestructor Case. And then this is going to be the sender email. So contact@Indestructorcase. It's very difficult to spell, indestructorcase.com. And in the footer, so this is going to be like the contact email. You just want the same email. So we'll just click next. And then we want the first email to be sent after 2 hours, I would say. That's about the right amount of time. And then let's go onto the dashboard. So that's what we're going to do. Now what you want to do is go to Abandoned Cart Campaigns. So click on this email icon, and we are just going to configure these. So we're just going to put that to on. So that means now that the campaign is running, anybody that enters in their email address but then abandons cart, we will send them an abandoned cart email. So once again, just change this to 2 hours. Then we want the email subject to be something like get your Indestructor Case before it's too late. So that's going to be that. Then you can add an email banner if you really want to. They specify the size, so you can go into Canva and create one. But sometimes images make the email load slowly, so I wouldn't recommend it personally. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the call to action and the call to action color. So you can just leave it black, but I am once again going to grab the red from our website. So let me just go to online store and grab that red color once again, so that everything is consistent, as I continuously mention, because it's really important. So we're just going to get that red color again. So we're going to go to sale, and I'll just grab this color here, and we'll head back over here, and we're just going to paste this in here. So now we have our email, and we do want to change this. So you don't want this to be blue because it just looks a little bit weird. So we'll just change this to the foreground color to black. So now our text is black, and we'll change this one to black. So once again, foreground color, black. And you can change this bit here where it says support to whatever color you like. Maybe I'm just going to change it to black again. So now if we preview this, this is the first email they are going to receive. So it's going to say, here's what you've showed interest in and the product that they abandoned. So these are just example products. And then you've got checkout now. So let me just save this so that we can preview it. And it should show the changes that we have made. So now we've got it all in black, and we've got checkout now in our red font color. And then visit our phone case oneproductmyshopify.com. That's because I haven't connected a domain name. So once you connect your domain, it will have your domain name, or send us a message at, and that's the email we entered when we first configured the app. So that's perfect. And then what you want to do is we want to send this same email again. So we're just going to copy that again, and we're going to go to second email, and we're just going to change this, and this one is going to go after 12 hours. So after 12 hours, they're going to receive a second email. And you could even try and play around with it, maybe 14. I'd say 12 to 16 hours after we're going to send this one as well. And this one is going to be exactly the same. So we'll just change this to black again. And all of these fonts to black. So it's going to be the exact same email. And this part here. And change your call to action. So I'm not going to go and grab that color again, just because it will become very tedious for the tutorial. But we've set that one up, so we'll save that. Now the final email is a really important one. So this is the third and final email, and this one is going to be sent after 36 hours. And this is going to be last chance to get your in the case. So we're just really creating that urgency. You don't have to put it in all caps like this, but it does help. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paste our discount code in here. So where it says click the button below, and we're going to say use code. So the discount code we just created, 15 off, for 15% off your entire order. Now, once again, obviously you want to change all of this to black font and everything like that. Make sure everything's consistent and it all looks really legit. But that is a way to entice customers that have abandoned their cart into finally making the purchase, just by offering them a 15% off discount code, because that way you've tried twice. The final email is going to say use 15. You could even do it on the second email. You could go for 10% on the second email, and then the third email you could go for 15% if that's what you really want to do. Try out different techniques and see what works. But this is an essential app to have for people that are abandoning carts. This is, you know, extra sales that you can make from people by offering them these discount codes and reminding them that things are in their cart. So that is pretty much everything we have done. Now, one last thing that you might want to set up is, of course, the domain name for your website, which is really easy, as I mentioned. So I'll just quickly walk you through that as well, and then we will wrap this tutorial up. So all you need to do is click on Online Store, then click on Domains, and then it's going to say Connect Existing Domain. So just click on that, and then just type in your domain name. So I've got one that I own, which is called impatuation.com. And then if we click next, it's going to automatically know who the registrar was with. So if you used GoDaddy, this would be GoDaddy. If you've used Namecheap, this would be Namecheap. Then all you need to do is click connect automatically. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to actually connect this domain, but you just click that button. It will ask you to sign into your GoDaddy account or your Namecheap account or your one-on-one account, and it will just do everything automatically, and your domain will be connected. And that's it. It's really, really simple process. One last very, very quick thing that we will do before we wrap up the tutorial. I do want to add a banner onto my store. This is something that's really important as well that I forgot to mention. So if we just go to header and we scroll down, we do want to show an announcement. So we're going to do that, and we're going to just change the color as well to red. And the announcement that we're going to make is free shipping on all orders, because most AliExpress products will allow for free shipping. So you obviously want to offer your customers that to entice them to purchase. So if you have this over here, then they're obviously going to see it, and that's going to be a more incentive for them to purchase as well. So that's the final part of the tutorial. So we'll just click save. And that is pretty much everything. We did manage to set up a store like this. I think I could probably create a store like this without actually teaching someone within a day or two, because it's so simple and so easy. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up. It really does help me out. Make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any problems, and I will try and help you out with that. And also, if you haven't already, head over to foundergo.co and enter in the big giveaway. I am giving away a dropshipping store personally created by me, chilcookridge.com, which is a perfectly branded dropshipping store, and I will be giving it away to one lucky winner. So make sure you head over to foundergo.co and enter in your email address in there, so you will be entered into the big giveaway. I will be announcing it once I hit 3,000 subscribers. So as I mentioned, make sure you go over there. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.